Let's do something crazy. Get a bit wild today, 'cause we don't do this every day, and we deserve it. Life is so amazing, nothing is in our way. Baby, let's fly away. Do you feel it? Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us come alive. Oh, what makes us come alive? Let's break some rules. No, we don't always have to be good. Don't always have to do things that we should. We'll feed the fire. Let's see it through and let go of what's holding us back. Just light it up and we'll burn through the past and take it higher. Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. You and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize. This is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us. This is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us come alive.
I'm never doing that again.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a double-edged sword for sure. Let's move along. Let's talk about G2, who were very unconvincing when they first kicked things off in Americas here, but they made some roster changes and they fought their way to this very final. Come on, it's been a long few days. Do they have any gas left in the tank? Do they have enough gas in the tank at least?
I think they showed a lot, especially in these last maps. The way you guys won those two maps was criminal. We were talking to them and they were like, this should have been a 5-0. They should have won every map in that series with the advantages they had that got stolen away. Yet, they kept their mental up. They went in to their 6th hour of playing Valorant and stepped up to a massive performance on Ascent. And I feel like if that's not proof that that motivation is at least there, I don't know what is, but still, it's another whole BO5 today.
Talk about motivation for a team. This is a team that heading into the 2023 season had the choice to, a lot of the players got offers to play on the main stage after they didn't make this league with the guard. But they said, no, we're going to stick together and grind it all the way through to qualify. Now ground it all the way through to qualify to the finals. They could go from Ascension winners to grand final winners if they're able to overcome the hurdle that is 100 Thieves.
Talk about playing the long game. That's absolutely mental. G2, though, I've got to bring this up.
Okay.
They win 9 out of 10 of their pistol rounds in their matchup against Leviathan yesterday. And still, it ends up being, like, really competitive. You guys have to fight back with these, like, wild thrifties and string together some of these gun rounds together. But, I mean, the match looks so different, I feel like, if you guys can win some of those pistols.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, the pistols, it kind of sucks to lose them. They're such a vital point. You can snowball so fast whenever you win pistols.
Like Breeze, right? You guys felt like you barely got to play the game up.
I mean, that was for, like, tech pauses and stuff like that. But, I mean, they're looking really good on pistols. They have a really good concept, honestly. I mean, overall, I mean, they just look complete right now.
But I think that's really hard to replicate against a very well-rested 100 Thieves who's playing into a favorable map pool, who's had 2 days off to rest.
Well, they're about to roll up the G2 crew, so let's send it back to Smix, who is with their IGL Valen.
Good morning, Valen. You have been on a crazy journey from winning a domestic title in 2022, initially not making partnership in 2023, then winning Ascension, making it to VCT, and now you are in the grand finals. You're also going to Shanghai, but I know the thing that would make it the sweetest is actually winning the grand finals today. If you did do so, what would that mean for you and the boys?
I mean, it would just be the cherry on top to the longest journey ever, right? But I'm still proud of everything in between. Like, this win would be like the extra sweet on top, but all the adversity, all the hard work we went through in the middle is what kind of built us character-wise and honestly made the better memories. Like, you know, last night's win versus Leviathan was one of the best wins that I've felt in a long time. For me personally, it felt better than even qualifying for Shanghai just because of how difficult it was and how scrappy it was. Like, that was a dogfight. But yeah, I mean, hopefully today we can put everything together and close it out because it'll mean a lot to all of us.
Your journey's been incredible to watch. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Yesterday, Valen stepped it up big time, looking incredible with a total of 101 kills over the course of the series, matching Aspas. Big performance, big impact from this controller player.
And that's for the record of most kills ever in a BO5. Well, this guy is IGLing. Talk to me about playing against this guy.
I mean, I remember one specific round whenever they defused the bomb and we all just started swinging, and this guy put down 4 of us so fast. And, you know, I think his aim is just he's in form right now, and you can't say anything otherwise. And look, right here, he just tapped us all out. Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, exactly the round you were mentioning as well there. And the role he's doing it on, too. This guy's playing Harbor on a couple maps. He's playing the controller role on everything else. And he's a super vocal IGL. There are some players who bring up ideas on this team, but he is one of those players who is really leading everything. He's a big part of the game planning process ahead of the time. When you think about G2, I mean, it is Valen. He's been with this squad since the beginning. He's led this squad since the beginning. And he's one of the biggest reasons that they've gotten to this point.
Yeah, big deal. Now, this week, of course, we saw G2 take down 100 Thieves on Bind, their self-proclaimed Superman. But let's have a look at the Telestrator and see how they actually did this.
Yeah, talk about the mastermind Valen. He knows exactly how to beat 100 Thieves on this map. The important thing for him is knowing how 100 Thieves want to play their A site on defense, because G2 went on a run here to take it all. The important thing about 100 Thieves is they have so many ways to stall out the spike plant or to retake the site, is that they usually want to hold on to control in showers and play to stall the bomb from there, or have heavy backside options. And G2 shut this down pretty effectively. In this round, they have the Thrash going down A short. They also have the Skydog going into showers. So they're splitting up that initiator utility to quickly get in here on the anti-eco. But importantly, I want to pay attention to the scaling of how they go into this site. They have 4 players coming down short behind that Thrash. And Leaf is actually the second one into sight. Look at that. He's actually up in the front there. And that is because all of his teammates have util in hand, right? We've got the Dog over on Sky, Thrash on Gecko, and of course, Brimstone putting down the smokes. And that's one of the things G2 are so good at, the details on their executes. So Leaf is going to come in and path to the right side of triple, while the double satchel from Icy goes back site. They want to blow up back site so that 100 Thieves can't play to stall out the plant at all. Look at that. So quickly in, and then Leaf on the Viper is up so ridiculously fast as the second player to scale into sight. That's gorgeous. And from there, he's still taking aggressive angles into the back sight. G2, we're never going to give 100 Thieves room to breathe. But let's fast forward into the very next round, because G2 take a pace change, right? Instead of having that ultimate and blasting into the site, they separate now, and they're going to go 3 players over towards short and 2 players into showers. And they're going to really take their time. With this initial scouting they do, with the Dog coming through and the Dizzy, they realize, hold on, Asuna is on top of truck right here. Whoa, I'm struggling with that one. And then Brimstone from U-Haul just chucked out that Molly. So they know of those 2 players. And as soon as Asuna falls off this angle, there is no one looking forward into sight. So they hear all this spam coming out from Asuna. They might have even heard him go for that drop. But from that point onward, where is the forward lines? Because now we've got 2 smokes on site. Asuna falling off of truck, can't actually see into short. And Brimstone is stuck in his iPad playing around with, I don't know, Flippy Bird or something like that. So G2, they actually contact forward here, taking their time. They've also scaled up into showers, and then they go for the pop. Nade out, Brimstone ult out, and they look for the plant. Here's where things go a little awry. 100 Thieves answer back with a Nightfall and a Raise Rocket of their own, but G2 don't stop. They want to keep fighting into backside. Watch Valen here. He uses his teammates so nicely. Leaf is flashed out, stuck behind the corner, but he comes in for a beautiful trade, getting on that one. They also realize they have one flash left on Jonah P, and they're going to use that to combo up, flash into backside in just a minute here. The swings are perfect. Valen comes out of showers, Jonah P plays off the zone, they get the advantage and can win out the round. It is all about the hits, it's all about the post plants on bind, and we might be on it again. Let's go over to our coaches for the veto.
Hey guys, welcome. Congrats on making it to the grand finals. As you know, 100 Thieves is going to have the higher seed, so you'll have team select. Would you like Team A or Team B?
A.
100 Thieves choose Team A. So you're going to have 2 map bans here. What would you like to ban?
Lotus and Icebox.
100 T bans Lotus and Icebox. And you have 1 map pick.
Bind.
100 selects Bind. Would you like attack or defense?
Defense.
G2 picks defense. And what map would you like?
We'll pick Breeze.
G2 pick Breeze. Would you like attack or defense?
D.
100 select defense, and you have 1 map pick.
Sunset.
100 pick Sunset, and would you like attack or defense?
Just coin flip it, bro. It doesn't matter.
Attack.
G2 pick attack, and you have 1 map pick.
Ascent.
G2 pick Ascent, and would you like attack or defense?
Defense.
100 pick defense. Decider map is going to be split, and G2, you have side select.
Defense.
G2 pick defense. All right, boys, best of luck today.
Good luck.
All right, we're moments away from jumping into this match, so let's quickly hit these talent predictions. Com joins us here, of course, with the 100 Thieves pick. Baby Bay, the only outlier with a G2 win here.
I feel like it's hard to justify picking G2 after how long that game one was yesterday, after how much prep time 100 Thieves have had into this one, and having that advantage to force G2 onto their permaban here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, going from that long of a series to now, it's almost impossible to reset that quick.
Well, there you have it. It's going to be G2 with a lot on their plate here, having to jump straight into this game after a long one yesterday. But it's time to get this best-of-5 started. It's 100 Thieves versus G2Esports. The mid-season playoffs grand finals starts right now.
Preventing it with the wingman, breaking him down. It's going to be the bodyguard angled. Boostio! Oh, he delivers. It's tooth and nail in terms of the approach. They just can't quite get themselves into it. And the fight's taken by Valen. He'll step up to the challenge.
Going from Ascension to VCT, my rookie year in VCT, like winning split 1, I mean, I'd probably feel very happy, right?
I am very much playing to make this title. I know that we made Shanghai already, but it is very important to me that we give it all.
Yeah, motivated on focus. Came a long way from the surely you don't just push up right past him. The DPM cuts him away. This is the moment. Breaking him down. It's going to be the bodyguard angled. Boostio. Now they know it's me. I'm the chosen.
We're a great team, and I want to get my revenge on Boostio because that boy is standing up a lot, and I got to put him down.
My time, yeah, put that on Valen. Doesn't set his sight towards a player. Turn on the rivals. It's all another man. A trophy is vital.
You start to understand more about the team the more you play them. Things become like very clear to you. G2, they definitely are a good team, but we definitely were sloppy.
That was one of the most upsetting losses I've had in a long time, and I just came with the fire for the lower final, and I'm looking to bring that momentum and get my revenge as well.
Game time, bet I'm coming in clutch, no hang time, and they can't keep up. The game's on the line, seconds on the time. Who can't fight? It's gotta be us.
I know it's gonna be a battle of endurance. They're coming off a fresh off day, but we're some dogs, so we might just come out and win too.
In the fire of your heart, a billion battles will start. I Games Arena, welcome our first grand finalist. It's 100 Thieves EU. Bang! Boostio! And head coach Zix.
Let's go!
And make some noise for their opponents. It's G2Esports, starting with IC. Leaf. Valen! Trent! Jonah P! And last but not least, head coach Josh RT.
The VCT Americas, this stage has seen a changing of the guard. And the team that used to bear that moniker now gears up for their greatest challenge yet, to fight for the title of #1 in the region, top seed, into Shanghai.
Both these teams had such a rough start to the season with lower expectations out of kickoff, but found their mark at the perfect time, have peaked into playoffs, and both have a chance to lift a trophy, find that moment in the midseason playoffs ahead of their appearance in Shanghai.
And coming into this first map, you could not ask for a better way to start. 100 Thieves have chosen to go back to their signature bind, their best map, but also G2, the only team to get a win off of 100T on that, and that's where we're kicking it off, Carl.
Yeah, I think that shows a lot of confidence. Like, instantly, like, hey, we're going to take that back, you know? I think Boostie's ready. I think both teams look pumped to get in this grand finals, and I'm just ready to go. Let's go.
Man, you guys beat G2 on that very map.
Yep.
So you came in on that bind and said, you know what, we're going to do you guys one better. Came in from the top row. Who do you feel is favored here now, knowing what you know?
100 Thieves for sure, and 3-1. All right.
Oh, okay.
What do you think specifically about Bind, though, from G2? What's strong, what's weak for their game plan here?
I think G2, they play their protocols perfectly, and they also incorporate a lot of fakes. They really misdirect you each game, and let's just see what they have to go anti-strat against 100T on short notice.
For sure. Last time it was a ton of these heavy exec plays, very strong side, like 4 players through B long, 4 players through A short pretty frequently. But the big difference maker to me was just Valen in the late rounds. Like, a lot of those rounds were close, 3v3, 2v3 at the end, but Valen was flying, getting 3 kills so frequently towards the end of rounds. On his attacking side, that's where he completely destroyed 100 Thieves.
Also on that attack, I think he did a great job of calling a lot of pauses in the mid-round to punish these reclears. They did a great job of shutting down even these Fade Gecko combos, having players in the right positions to break that util, and winning out in those late-round team brawls. We're into Agent Select, and with the turnaround times, we shouldn't expect anything to change in these comps.
No, and like we talked about, I mean, Zix brought it up. He said, with the limited amount of time we have, we've got to focus on ourselves. We've got to make sure our game plans are rock solid and absolutely rigid. They still had a day off. There's plenty to work with, but G2 said, we got that dog in us. You know, we're just going to come back. Now, we know the deck is stacked against us with the way the Vino is, with the advantage 100 Thieves have. But hey, we're up for the challenge.
100%. G2 have been looking good. We're going the distance in all their series, getting the maximum amount of reps in. And it has just been such a journey for these players. I honestly think they're going to come in and shock at the start, at the very least. Like, you've got those 5 games under your belt. You are ready to go from minute 1 now today.
Yeah, the confidence brewing after that close 5-series win. The players were talking about the trust they had in their team to get through that after the maps they lost. But for 100 Thieves, they are the team of confidence. Boostio has not stopped trash talking once. His team has not stopped believing once that this is their final to sweep away.
They look very confident even in the map pick and ban as well. He just looked at Val and said, "Oh, just flip a coin, bro."
And why not? Why not? They come in, all the cards are in their hands. For Boostio to get a domestic title, for EU to take down the core of the guard on the other side in G2 in a best-of-5 final. Last time was disappointment for him, but he has the chance to lift it all in Americas today.
Here are our cops. They are locked in. This is a best-of-5. We've got 2 casters who are trained to go the distance if necessary. Let's head over now to Doug and Baby Bay.
The last 6 weeks culminate today. 5 maps potentially to decide who's going to walk away as the mid-season champion. The crowd is nuts. The stakes are amazing. And it's not just about what's happening here, Dre. Being able to go into Shanghai as the #1 seed is invaluable.
Yeah, picking your opponent, that's a huge advantage or disadvantage. We don't know yet.
Depends on who you ask.
I'm interested to see who the winner will choose in Shanghai. So this is going to be a crazy, crazy series. And there is a lot at stake, most notably pride, in my opinion.
Plenty to be gained here. Again, a best-of-5, a marathon, if you will. And I hope you all enjoy the ride just as much as we inevitably will. Bind the first, the appetizer in this 5-course meal, with 100 Thieves starting off on the attacking side. You already see that Viper wall up, leaning towards A, and it's a quiet approach from the attack side early on.
I got you.
And Valen right now, just sitting in spawn, opting to go for a deep smoke along B. But he has the rotate here if any noise is made towards the A side of the map. And he will be leaning there even though there is no sound being made. So trying to just be 1 step ahead of the potential Viper lurk.
Such a tense start. Yeah. I mean, the Brim smoke down B long is really all it's been for now. Now a flash to confirm there's no one back fountains. Is that the cue for the rotate to start?
It should be, and I don't think anybody was in range from the side of 100 Thieves to hear that. So G2 will be ahead of this pistol.
They should be.
But 100 Thieves are so dialed on these splits that they have.
Keep an eye on Leaf on the flank too. Slowly and methodically prowling over. They're all just huddled in to this smoke.
What a way to start.
They're all just tucked in, and now Dizzy goes up. Nades go out. And Valen's the first to find the feed. But now this time it's Leaf that have been cooking for so long coming through to fruition. 100 Thieves deciding to push forward. Relentless in their approach. And Leaf keeps him back. And now Jonah P left in a 1v2. Bang and Boostio both weak. A flash in hand. It goes up top. It will not find anything as the pistol goes the way of the attack.
It was so tense the entire time. An A hit coming out at 40 seconds. And G2 were well aware that that was happening. But Leaf was not able to connect on that flank that he had. Almost no value being made.
And was cooking for a long time as well.
30 seconds left.
Clean shots to start things off, and I think it's only been 1 round, but it feels like the approach for 100 Thieves is pretty clear. They were very cautious about how they approached the opening seconds of this best-of-5, and I mean, it netted them success. Now this buy is formidable. There's plenty of artillery and firepower behind this.
Looks like they're gonna punish anybody behind this smoke. Valen just spamming the classic, picks up 1.
The punish has gone the wrong way. Finding value in an earthen pod among grass.
Oh my gosh.
But of course, traded right back. John P tucked in. Smoke will get spammed, will get dropped.
The intuition of EU.
And so after it was a messy start with Asuna falling, 100 Thieves seem to have stabilized. And now carry the heavier weaponry back towards A, where they found success just a few moments ago. And a very similar approach to Dizzy goes up. The angle on that was crazy. They saw Leaf.
Anybody.
Finally,
Where are you?
settling down. EU with utility dumped into U-Haul. They know they're there.
They're really low, though.
Yeah,
this nade is huge.
Careful, this is messy. It's not getting any cleaner, is it? EU gets 4, and that was... Whew.
A lot of chaos again towards the A side of the map. And this is 2 rounds back-to-back that 100 Thieves had kind of just defaulted this B area of the map and then just grouped up together and done an A hit. And EU's intuition on this side of the map was just too strong for the moment.
It was invaluable when you consider how the rest of the round went. EU saving the day, 4 kills in that round.
And a full buyout from 100 Thieves.
Huh.
And it looks like they're going to just go straight into an A hit here. They're not messing around with any more of the B-long default. The conditioning has already been set.
Oh, hasn't been enough of a lesson, though, for G2 to bite. Asuna satcheling forward with high ground, not able to steady the shots. Oh, EU struggling a little bit as well, but finally connects.
What a tether.
Converts. Leaf stuck. And the sucker punch from Icy is just too much. As Icy gets 3 in the face of a full buy. G2 hold the line. Boostio with plenty of time to think this one through.
Oh, he dodged the flash.
Yeah, but 3?
Yeah.
Now position given away. Well, the first will fall. Just inside the range of that.
Yeah, he just cooked inside of that. Raise nade from Icy. And what a round from G2. But on the opposite side for 100 Thieves, normally they're so dialed in on these splits. Normally the timing is perfect. Valen would get instantly traded as Asuna is blasting out. This time, Valen able to punish. Look, nobody from Shower is here yet.
Yeah. Just a little off. And also, we've got to talk about Icy in the round he's had and honestly the year he's had.
Yeah.
Remember, in the face of so much speculation when things started off, is this guy good enough? Is he able to compete? Where is he even coming from? He's blossomed to be an outrageous player. And now again, that the year is reaching its fever pitch.
He's just getting better.
He's delivering.
A big thing of him was getting this experience, being on stage for the first time. So any matches that G2 plays from that point forward were just to train him for moments like this.
And he's not shying away from it. What is a bit more of a shy or cautious approach, if you will, is the way 100 Thieves are approaching this one, much like we saw in the first couple of rounds. Want to spread the map out as much as they can before they decide where they want to go.
Yeah, the game plan for G2 has been heavily playing like a 3A setup, and then the B player is actually playing towards that long area so they can insta-TP if there is an A split.
Cryo looking to be the first to find action. With smokes at the ready. That dog is going to delay things. Cleared out though. And as the wall goes up, yeah, they can't find a way out. They've not been awarded safe passage. The third attempt maybe is the charm. Jonah P swings through and they crumble. 100 Thieves not able to put up a fight at all.
G2 crawling back into this game off of those last 2 rounds.
Last thing I need is some hero messing things up.
Another buy out of the side of 100 Thieves. And a lot of ults online as well.
Yeah, before we get there, I want to take a look at this round again. Icy in the opener. It was just perfect. I have a feeling we're going to be talking about this kid a lot today.
He's used to the stage now. He's used to the pressure. And now he has a rocket online.
They wanted to go aggressive. They put a flash in through the teleporter to hit out Showers for a crunch. With Icy's ult potentially there.
How do teams know that? Should have been able to hear that flash going through the TP on their side. G2 are playing so confidently now. We're 5 rounds in and they're already doing a Showers push all the way through.
So much space denied and so much info gathered.
Face your fear!
G2 just need to delay here as long as they can.
They can fully play this on a retake. They know they have the weaponry to do it. The Nightfall's not going to tag anything. Lucio, though, choosing to invest the Thrash.
This is such a good Thrash. Oh, it gets broken, though.
They managed to get the spike down, though, and they know where they are. That Molly could be disaster. Again, the fuse of the rocket lit, and will go. Oh! Extinguished without a fire. That nade is going to hurt, though. They're trapped again. They have nowhere to go. Can they stay alive? Asuna with nothing but a sliver. Manages to weather the storm that's been brought to his doorstep. And yeah, it's a 4v2 now, but again, Asuna with just a sliver of health, 7 HP, keeping him alive. The defuse has come through, it started, but it is delayed, it's stopped. Icy cannot convert. 100 Thieves take the lead once more.
Asuna there, barely holding on to his life, able to get that trade in elbow. I mean, Icy almost had him dead to rights. That rocket being canceled just in time.
Those comms had to have been so chaotic. Man.
Yeah.
They know they're there.
They had to push.
The spit through the window, the nade from sight. They knew where they were.
Oh, I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling nice. Good job. I was looking up.
He's feeling it today. It's from the words of his own mouth. 7-3 at the top along with Icy. Another full buy for G2. Economy not in shambles quite yet. And a quick rocket from Asuna.
And a quick kill found. The leader having to sit on the sidelines for the rest of this one. 100 Thieves have committed to the site. They've gotten the spike down, but they're going to have to deal with this overwhelming pressure of a crunch once more. Oh my gosh. Brothers in arms as Jonah P and Icy keep Boostio back, and now Seeker's invested the flash in the face, and it's all gone on to disarray.
Wow, this retake is looking so good so far from G2.
But it's not done yet. That will certainly help push it over the finish line, though. EU in a 1v4, he's gotten it a little bit closer to finish. But with 3 targets left, none found, we're tied again.
Very, very well coordinated retake from the side of G2. They took their time on everything there. Yeah, they were down 4v5, but they fought together. Boostio fell into the trap here, trying to fight them showers, but the satchel from Icy ended up knocking him up in the air and ended up becoming a free kill. And once Boostio goes down there, the post plant just falls apart. Because 100 Thieves, they had really aggro positioning there, almost towards CT spawn.
Just one rifle for the side of the attack. A Bulldog in the hands of Boostio with light armor. Meanwhile, G2 reaping the benefits of what just took place. Now, that was dangerous.
Really dangerous.
And it's traded a 1-for-1, but Leaf is stuck. He's gonna have to try to find safe passage out of this, or he digs his heels into the sand and takes the fight.
That's bomb again.
They've made a mess of this. Leaf dancing around, finding solace on the other side of the molly. Again, the smoke goes down, the kills go up as Leaf gets 4. EU again left alone. Choosing to reposition and try to strike on a weaker side of the site. Maybe get a free kill, understanding pressure is afoot. Trent drops him.
A new setup from the side of G2, this time Icy leaning towards that B side of the map. And I don't think 100 Thieves were ready for that. Usually it's only been Leaf and Jonah P playing that B-long area of the map. Now they had reinforcements from Icy.
And the reinforcements were perfect.
Yeah. No, they almost all lined up for him too.
Leaf got the kills, but yeah, you're right. Icy's value there and the impact he had was insane. And so we're graced with the first timeout of this series, courtesy of 100 Thieves, an opportunity to slow things down early and bind. We'll see how they choose to kind of reapproach things, because you're right. This B-long fight that we've seen for, what, 7 rounds now? Maybe not all of them, but again, this contest for this area of the map has oftentimes felt like the crucible, really, the major point in how the rounds play out.
Yeah, a lot of teams will decide to default there on the attacking side, try to gain control and deposit somebody potentially. But the change of the meta has been this active re-clearing playstyle for the defensive side. So it's like this weird mental game of, you know, where do I position myself when I'm getting deposited to know if they re-clear the area of the map and also be able to relay that to my team without dying.
Right, yeah, that's the key.
Alone there, it's
right.
tough.
All of the work and all the utility invested in inserting someone is just, it's moot.
Yep. Some really good retake ults here from G2. And if they want to, they can also do a Viper ult setup towards this B-long area.
And funnel him A. It seems like that might be the case. Remember, G2 have been so decisive and so quick to pull the trigger on a flood if they lose control. But no early pit this time. The dog is going to confirm. Yep. Some presence. EU falls.
And that's just a protocol they have against the likes of G2. against the likes of 100 Thieves who like to do 4-1 splits onto the A site.
Balance still trying to hold on to Showers. The snap onto Cryo's clean.
Launching smoke.
And
So
the spike is out of reach again. Just barely out of reach, but G2 with eyes trained and crosshairs dialed in. Bang tries to creep forward, grab the spike. Do they try to get out of here? I don't know that there's safety anywhere else.
They should right about now.
Oh, what happened there? Does it connect? That could be a disaster. Can Austin pull off this 1v2? 52 HP. Takes a step back, clears utility.
Look at the spacing from G2 right now.
They're stacked right on top of each other. Could be danger. Woo!
Playing so disciplined, and this entire round was a hard read from the side of G2. The insta-dog through Showers. They understand that on these A splits, when EU is Shower, he tends to be alone. No one there to break the utility for him, and Valen just catches him off guard.
That was pretty.
He finds the timing amongst 2 mollies that are used to default Showers. And this is all prep work.
One enemy remaining.
We've talked so much about how Bind just seems to be 100 Thieves' playground. I think they've lost it once. Maybe, I don't think many more times than that. They're really freaking good on Bind.
They actually lost it to G2.
It seems like they're getting a bit of the same taste.
Yeah, it was like a 13-8 match, I believe.
Remember, this is a G2 who hasn't had much time off. The gauntlet that they've had to run through in order to get to this point has been insane.
Yeah, but already making a lot of adaptations and changes to the way that 100 Thieves play this map. I mean, look at these shower pushes that we're seeing. They're at the perfect time.
They're funneled in. He's dead.
Yep.
He had no shot.
Icy's about to get 3. Oh, he gets flashed.
With a dizzy in his face, Cryo's there on the trade, but Valen takes a step back.
But look at Leaf as well. He just pushed straight through Hookah or Belong, and he's already here on the flank.
Once again, an opportunity to corral and control them. Spike not planted. Again, out of reach. They're not close here. Boostio's already fallen. Valen refusing to relent in Showers.
I mean, they're literally trapped from 4 different angles. They're being held in this area.
30 seconds left.
The wall's closing in.
Here.
This is insane.
I mean, they've got to understand that no angle is safe. A Sheriff, a Spectre, both fall.
Another convincing round from G2. Full steam forward.
They've just been so proactive on this defensive side. You mentioned it. They'll aggressively crunch Showers and take space. Yeah, they'll go down Hookah. They'll go down Long. This was perfect too. The ult in short, understanding they're going to have to funnel out one of 2 ways. And either they're going into the crunch from Showers or they're going into the crunch from Hookah.
Yeah. And an op online for Icy. Getting aggro here in short. He's going to try to take the head off a Bang. Or a sliver of an arm, an elbow, anything.
With Cryo close by.
Oh, noise made too.
Yeah, but no target given.
Poison's off.
If they rotate back into this, you mentioned it, it's the op in the hands of Icy that can prove to be the difference maker.
Oh, but that time, running down the clock, making him back up wisely.
Well, it's as soon as the wall goes down, they understand that they can give the space up because it's not safe for 100 Thieves. They're playing around these Viper windows so well.
Yeah. And here's that 4-1 split that I was mentioning.
With Leaf taking space again on the minimap, and look at how wise Cryo is to this. He's still playing back in spawn. Oh, surely not wanting to fall for the same antics that have bit him many a time already.
What an adaptation from 100 Thieves to understand. But Leaf looks like he's gonna clear this. Oh my gosh! He stops just barely there.
2 fights, so close to going off. Almost finding success in both. But it's Boostio who's able to get a trade back. And so they decide to flip the map. Jonah P is here. The Satchel forward from Asuna. The shot from Jonah P is clean.
30 seconds left.
But the call was correct from Boostio. It did bait a rotation, so Bomb should go down here.
Oh, they play into this advantage. It's not really getting any better.
Valen hasn't skipped a beat since yesterday. It's looking so crispy out here.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah.
The sidestep, perfect.
It's just flawless. It really is.
G2 have a really good understanding of how 100 Thieves have been playing this attack side. Valen and Josh right now have been on another level when it comes to prepping against these teams. And that's what got them to this grand final spot in the first place.
And you can tell in their gameplay, they didn't come this far just to come this far.
Yeah. They're here to win it all.
Satchel out.
They're all so dialed in. Expecting the swing, hearing the satchel go off. They just make it look easy. 7 of the last 8 in favor of G2.
Jeez.
What a stomp.
100 Thieves should be aware that there is an op online now from Icy. And here we go. Another change of pace from G2. Leaf has been holding on to this Viper ult.
For a few rounds now, yeah.
Yeah. Now they're doing a Viper ult setup with support. Icy here with an op, getting first contact into Hookah. If he needs to fall back, he can pop the rocket. Jonah P has the Seekers for retake if there is an A hit. So the A players right now, the reason why you see them positioned so far back from the side of G2 is because they're willing to give all this space. They understand they have the gun advantage. Their job is to delay as long as possible.
I think also understanding they're the weak side. You're right, they give up some of this space, not really willing to lose a life early.
100 Thieves are playing this to try to punish Leaf. And even Leaf has an idea now. But maybe somebody's waiting for him outside of this ult.
The Seekers go on a reconnaissance mission to find out what's awaiting on the other side. But it really didn't find a ton of value. One gun cleared all 3 cabbages.
Wow.
30 seconds left.
Look, actually still the correct call from Boostio. This is really good.
And they have a lot of ults to go with this. Cryo has his ult, EU, bang, 1 invested.
Valen's on an island.
And now he's flashed, but he still gets to go into Boostio.
He got a molly kill.
And he's got so much space because of all of this utility that he's able to stay alive. And now with 10 seconds left, they've got to move forward. But they're not going to find a way out.
Look at these lineup mollies from B. There's no chance.
No, they didn't find any comfort on the site.
Rubbing dirt on the wound was Icy at the end there. Nice off kill from Heaven. But Valen played that to perfection. He was on an island because of all the utility that 100 Thieves threw. And he just finessed that bench area. Actually ended up killing Asuna too. But perfect positioning the entire time.
10 seconds left.
Got a little bit scary there, but he got the job done.
And G2 have been doing that for many, many rounds now, 6 in a row. Last round of the half. G2 with a statement to start us off.
Yeah, this has been such a half.
Dude, this Icy kid continues to stand up when his team needs him to. The rocket invested, damage dealt.
And they get healed up.
And again, the crunch from Showers. Now they know that Bang is there.
It's being aware of Valen, who has been pushing through. It looked like he was, but he wasn't ready. Valen so much more dialed in.
Knowing that the fight was afoot, still not able to convert. Icy taking a step back, 100 Thieves deciding they have to invest B.
Oh my gosh.
Spike down.
At least that's going to be the attempt. Icy here, the only one alive with op in hand. Now has to deal with the Nightfall too.
Player standing.
He gets
Cryo will
one.
fall.
He's still alive.
One enemy
EU's gonna have to do it on his own. That's big. That's real big to close out the half. The Red Bull clutched the way of 100 Thieves.
Switching sides.
That was a scrappy back and forth round from both sides, but EU, he said he was feeling it on comms.
It's your fear.
And he went up big
One enemy remaining.
to stop the bleeding.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Again, a massive moment to close out the half for 100 Thieves. Unbelievable. This show is a family affair, and happy Mother's Day to all watching and in the house. We're actually going to throw it down to the stage with Mix, who's standing by with a very special guest.
Thank you very much, Doug. And as you mentioned, I'm so fortunate to be joined by Trent's mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here, and I can't help but imagine that it must be nerve-wracking for you every single time.
Every time. It never gets better. It's always the same.
How were you doing yesterday? Because that best of 5 was nail-biting even for us watching, behind the stage, but I can't imagine what it must have been like for you.
Oh, it's just up and down and up and down. And G2 can never just, make it easy for us. They always got to keep us, right on the edge, but they came out on top and we couldn't be prouder of all of them.
I got a chance to speak to Valen about the specific journey that Trent and his teammates have been on. There's nothing quite like it. They've been together for so long. You've gotten to see them go through the challenger scene, winning those domestic titles, fighting and winning at Ascension, and now you're getting to see your son in the grand finals at VCT. Throughout all of that, do you have one moment that really stood out to you where you were the proudest?
So when we were in Brazil, and God, it chokes me up anyways, and everybody was cheering and chanting for them, and they had been fighting for months and months and just working so hard, and they won. There was just nothing like that feeling for them. We cried, we smiled, we hugged. It was amazing, that feeling for them. We were just so happy for them to finally be recognized and, make it and just everything work out for them. It was amazing.
And I'm so glad that you're here today to be supporting your boy Trent. We'll see if we can bring it to fruition and win here. But for now, we're going to head back to the game with our casters, Doug and Baby Bay.
Thank you so much. Man, G2 looked good to start. Trent has been integral in that success that they found. A 4-round lead on 100 Thieves map pick, on Bind, on a map that's been their playground for a number of instances this season. 5-1. Only loss against G2.
Yep. Not too long ago as well. Here's where G2 will be tested the most. Because just like how G2 had tons of reads on how 100 Thieves like to play their attack, it should be the same case in the opposite way.
It's a similar approach from G2.
So cautious. He's the only one getting aggressive here.
Yeah, and he had a shot at Cryo there. Doesn't connect.
That's something I want to touch on as well, is Cryo hasn't been that brimstone Cryo that we've seen every other time he plays on this map. He's been relatively quiet all game so far.
Toxin screen down.
And if he gets turning up on this defensive side, we've seen how crazy he can take over, especially around this U-Haul area. But he's gonna have to be left with his devices on the retake, because this looks like a convincing B split out of the side of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, the challenge not headed his way. He was playing anti. He knew it was coming. Leaf turns around and drops him. Lucio there trying to equalize, but Valen gets the best of him.
And he gets healed to full. It's looking really good so far for G2.
The nade will dissuade. Valen takes a step back. But they've gotten the spike down, and that's a big part of this equation.
And Leaf still has the Sheriff to his name. It's so deadly on rounds like this. Just 2 shots to the body. Even 1 tag will make it so easy to clean up for his teammates.
Pistols are just so important in 100 Thieves. They need one. That's going to help. Asuna with goop in his face, able to get the kill. And now Tap. It's just a threat. Looking to find any info they can. Where are the bullets coming from?
Time's running down.
They've got to hold this. Asuna's gotten it to half. EU trying to keep them back. Able to get one. Can Cryo hold them back? He can! They're going to get the defuse and the pistol.
That was insane. I thought G2 was going to have that post plant in the bag.
Me too.
And they tried to retake the actual retake. I don't know if you noticed that. There was a pop flash for Leaf to run outside of that octagon smoke and try to commit chaos. But the big factor was Asuna, who was gooped up, like you mentioned. Getting that kill was everything to open up this opportunity.
They did their best to hold him back, but it was not enough. So the pistol the way of 100 Thieves, and just when it looked like it was going to be a landslide, 100 Thieves showing they're far from done on this one. 3 rifles, and then a stinger for Bang.
Yeah, and big kills from Asuna and Cryo.
This is where all the rifles are.
Oh my gosh.
2 found, but that's a weapon upgraded. Asuna
him.
looking to pick his time. Looking to strike when the moment is right. Decides to take a step back, understanding that once again, they've got him corralled. They've got him controlled. Icy falling to the hints of utility. And now Asuna on the swing, on the hunt. 2 members weak, both will fall.
And the important guns are saved here. That was 2 more for both Cryo and Asuna. And if they start getting warmed up here and heated up, this might be a completely different game.
This is going to be a really good half, I can tell, with how things are playing out already. And then we were talking about the finances. Yeah, look at this. An op in the hands of Boostio.
On the get-go.
I think the last question to answer is, do they expect it? Hasn't shot off yet. It was an initial post towards B-Long. And now reposition.
They are picking the right spot to do this.
Not if the op is there. Oh. Not if he can land the shots.
It can be so hard to hit that.
It is.
Little
It's
cap.
And that's enough to make them think twice about it.
Yeah, and you already see Boostio rotating over to that A side of the map.
Expecting G2 to do the same, but look at how they've approached this. They've frozen.
So smart.
They haven't left B. Now starting to, but they've left Icy.
They deposited Ice here. If he gets that kill, that might be an opportunity
to flip back.
To TP. After this short A pressure.
This kill's big. Oh, that kill would have been huge.
There is no exit now. They have to commit to the A hit.
No plan B. Boostio with op in hand, spotted one. But doesn't fire it off.
Cryo's gonna run through if that connected. It doesn't though.
Asuna falls, there it is. He didn't have to run through. The spam through the smoke is enough.
Oh my gosh, Cryo! He's just running it down in U-Haul.
And it's working.
Right there.
Waiting for that. And there it is. Leaf finding the other side of that weapon.
This has got to be a save, yep.
Yeah, he's got no choice here.
The back and forth. Mind games from both teams. Both so well prepped on the defensive side. They just understand how each other like to maneuver around the map. It's looking like exactly how G2 played their defense.
I think you mentioned it at the beginning of the half. This felt like where G2 were going to be tested the most.
Gotcha.
Seems to be the case so far.
It's hard. When you're playing attack on this map, you played it so much. To keep coming up with new ideas, new looks. And maybe they have. But when it doesn't work, what do you revert back to? The old things that used to work. And teams are just so well prepped against that.
You spotted their Cryo attempting to headbutt the orb away.
Yeah.
So they don't have that control. Unable to do so, and now the dog hunting him down. Once again, they've inserted Leaf in U-Haul. Meanwhile, the rest of the hit is towards B.
Bang might get punished doing this solo.
Bang has already gotten so much value. This is such an awkward setup.
G2 would have loved to have that trade. It would have opened up a rotation from the A players, but Bang, too strong in the moment.
No, Cryo has ult. He hears them coming. Decides he wants to stick with the weapon instead. Tries to land the shots. First couple go wide, and the second do as well.
Wait a second here.
EU trying to snap on Boostio, still with the op in hand, but it's going to be rotating late. As Bang is the one who goes aggressive. Bang is the one who's going to have to do this.
He's the hero.
Now reinforcements arriving. The Dizzy up top. Nothing to flash with it. This swing is going to be insane. Boostio's taking a deeper angle. Now, crunch the bind up, and Bang gets 4! The hero for 100 Thieves.
And I spoke about how dangerous going for solo swings are, but Bang proves me wrong.
No, I still think you're right. They're dangerous, but the kid delivered.
It got scrappy on the A site. It looked like Bang's teammates tried to take a play from his book, but they got punished. I guess it doesn't matter when he's still alive. The collide at the end there. That's gonna promptly cause G2 to do a timeout. Nothing's been working so far. All 4 rounds on the defensive side go to 100 Thieves.
A tale of two halves, if you will. And Boosty out of his seat. That's when you know he's at his best.
He was like, oh, we're warmed up now. Now what?
This has been such a good start to the half for 100 Thieves, and I think G2, given this timeout, given the fact that we're tied up again after such an outrageous start, they've got to find a way to slow this down, cauterize the bleeding, because it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, and I'm actually not sure if the correct play is to do the slow approach they've been doing so far. It might be time to just commit to an actual exec.
Yeah, change up the pace, change up the speed somehow, for sure.
It can be so hard sometimes to do a slow default against an operator on the defensive side. If you walk into the wrong spot, you get your head blown off.
What's adaptation on the other side of this timeout? Again, 4 rounds away of 100 Thieves. 5 if you go back to the last round of the half, which again was a crazy play by EU.
EU is playing the quick rotator here in spawn. As the fade. Already leaning towards this A side of the map. Here comes the A split.
Cryo
Only Icy ahead of this though.
Cryo is his ult.
Oh, that's a free kill.
He's dead.
But the trade from EU. That's why he was playing spawn the whole time.
Now, Wingman going out and the spike getting planted.
There's my buddy.
And Trent's gonna get both of those back. If they want to flood, if they want to do this, this is the window to do it. You're not gonna want to deal with all of that Gecko utility.
And where's this Brim ult from Cryo gonna be placed?
Isn't holding on to it for a little while. Thrash taking a second dip. Trent gotten out. He's gotten out. Now behind the wall. But he's ahead. I don't know if they're expecting it.
The time's running low.
They've got to strike now. Boostio on the tap. It's just a threat. Trent is stuck, but he could be the distraction that they need. Yes, he falls, but the time has been bought.
Oh my gosh, Valen!
Valen's gotten 3. Cryo can't hold him back. The time is too short. There's no way for him to pull this off. They both fall to the spike.
The battle of the brimstones. But the IGL from G2 stealing that one away with the spray. He's at the top again. Man, this guy's so good.
That's tragic.
Yeah, he was dead either way there.
Yeah, Asuna just not allowed to play the game there.
I can't believe that Thrash hits top truck, Doug. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, that's some crazy.
Little guy got some legs,
yeah,
some hops.
Back into the next we go. G2 managing to balance the advantage their way.
And another very convincing A side default. This time, Valen will be playing that solo lurk spot that we saw Cryo actually playing later in the half.
Oh,
that's juicy.
What? That doesn't get anyone?
Oh, Trent should be going down here. The pinch from Showers guarantees that. But Leaf with the equalizer. A lot of players tag low, though. This is the difference in running the sky. You can actually heal your team up to full. So yeah, all that chip damage was made, but
it was for
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and the 1v1, Valen. And Bang. Oh, Bang not wanting any of that smoke. Probably wise to do so as well.
It's all just info there. I mean, yeah, if he gets a kill, that's great, but patient play.
Yeah, if he dies there, the round's pretty much guaranteed to be over, especially with this lurk that Leaf has in Showers.
Oh, and also the fact that there's no contain behind him. Right, everything else on B is soft.
Yeah. He's doing such a good job of delaying step by step each stage. This should buy time for the rotations here.
They're gonna challenge him again. Dog in his face, the Molly's out. They're gonna do their best to bang, but he gets 2. And just when it looked like a little bit of space was gonna be found by Leaf, it's all for naught. Once again, the clock expiring. Joe to P with nowhere to go.
Oh my gosh. Yo, this Bang guy is a one-man army. That was insane. He made first contact on the Valen from this position.
Standing in between us
all the way pushed up towards basically the barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, he was super far up.
Of the attacking side. Then he plays at the B-long corner, backs up into Octagon now, and holds it down, getting 2 to his name.
If not for the flash, there's a good chance Bang gets 3 there.
He did such a good job.
And he knew it too.
That was like near perfect play.
Yeah, we mentioned him taking a step back and not wanting the fight against Valen. That was why.
Jeez.
understanding his job, his role in that situation.
And just like that, G2 on the back foot once again. Yeah, they had a sick round from Valen, but they're broke. Quick hookah approach. They should be aware someone's backside off that Dizzy.
Yeah, but how much info is that really? You haven't cleared anything long. You don't know how many other people are there. What kind of weaponry's there. They got confirmation of something, but it's just a sliver.
And now they're leaning towards that B-long area.
The info
but
that...
bang! I mean, they're going to run into the army once more.
The info that they gathered was not enough, so they have to go on another approach to find more.
Oh my gosh, he's too good, Doug.
He's just destroying G2.
Toxin screen down.
He's so good at anchoring certain positions. And now he has support.
He hasn't needed it before.
Yeah. Off this contact, the Gecko Flash should be coming through for Bang.
So much invested to stop him, and then Boosty strikes right behind him.
Left.
Good trades.
But again, they're thrown apart, torn asunder. Trent realizing he can't take a step back, decides to take the fight. And it's ill-advised. With no real option, he will fall.
What great support from EU and Boostio there. Yeah, Bang goes down, but the tether coming out there. And then the Gecko Flash. Yeah, the Gecko Flash gets broken. But everyone's stuck in 1 HP in this moment. It's just over.
One enemy.
And the pressure alleviated on the other side of the map was perfect.
That's 2 rounds in a row now that Leaf has tried to go for that Showers lurk and gotten punished. First by Asuna, second by Cryo. So they are aware of this, right? 100 Thieves are aware of G2's game plan of when they pressure B long, they have somebody in Showers trying to get that lurk.
Asuna is tucked. He's serving as a walking alarm bot in the pit right now. G2 deciding they don't want to reckon with that. A lean towards B, and Boosty's the first there.
In the last couple rounds as well for G2, they have gotten that hookah control pretty uncontested. So maybe this time they won't opt to use utility in it. I say that, and they're just going to go for a B hit, of course. Beautiful.
He has no idea he's there, though. What a snap from Icy!
That's a great entry.
I mean, he did everything they needed him to do. Gets the kills, gets the space. EU deciding to invest it all on this retake attempt.
I'll find you.
He's gone out by himself. There are 4 pushing him, 3 from the other side. Only 1 found. Asuna and Bang trying to keep this thing up on their own. Nade keeping a distance for now. Jonah P on the swing, spotting both. Wow. See the pings coming out as Bang tries to stay alive.
A lot of pressure on Icy.
Using fancy footwork to do so. Icy will fall. Jonah P, a 1v2. They're weak. They're stacked. The first will fall. Has to swing on the second. And Bang saves the day again.
Bang is so good, Doug. And he looks stone cold like he was meant for this.
Youth often folds under this pressure, but he's thriving in it.
Jeez. And the entry from Icy, that was everything. Getting that kill on Cryo.
Enemy remaining.
55 HP.
Just wasn't enough.
You could read Boosty's lips. You are the best.
Vibes are flowing right now. Bringing the utmost confidence in his teammates.
The flow is going to be paused for just a moment as Josh decides to call a timeout.
The last one of the map.
Really feeling like an opportunity's been squandered here. The lead that they had, the momentum G2 had, really up until that EU 1v2 or 1v3 at the end of the half, it's been all 100 Thieves since.
These post plants are killing G2 right now. And it's a team that normally has a really good conversion rate in those scenarios. But 100 Thieves are just getting the better of them in those high pressure moments. When the bomb timer is ticking.
A scattered buy from the attack. A couple of stingers, some light armor.
So many ults. They have to convert this next round. Even though they're on a bad bye, they have to win this.
I think they're hedging their bets in a lot of ways. They're comfortable playing for OT, but obviously if this goes their way, they'd gladly accept that.
Looks like another hookah pop will be the name of the game, but this time, Asuna is sitting on that top side, a little up-down setup with Bang. And this might just be a blender right here. Oh, man.
Can they steady the shots? That was the entry. So they have to think twice about this. They have to go to plan B, but there are no conditions there for them to be able to lean into it confidently.
Look at Asuna. He's already here again. He's everywhere.
You just won that first fight.
He's 2 steps ahead.
They're running into a brick wall, man.
Oh, my gosh.
With no space to be found.
It's beautiful from 100 Thieves.
Trent inevitably will fall as well. Wow. What a comeback.
That was such a sick round from 100 Thieves from the start. The up-down setup on that hookah area. The whole reason why they're doing that is because the last 3 rounds, G2 have used utility to take that space. This time they're predicting that, oh, they understand we haven't been playing in that area. Maybe they're gonna walk in, and they were right.
They will be able to put up a buy here. G2 will. On this attempt, yeah, you take a look at that round once more, it was beautiful.
And the reason why that round was so important for G2 to win is because now they're in this weird position where they have to cycle their ults to make this comeback. If you use too many in one go, what do you have left for round, 11 for the tie?
The backs are against the ropes. Asuna tries to strike, and the flash was his demise.
What a counter flash.
That would have been disastrous.
With that being said, Bang and Valen. Or Cryo and Bang.
They've taken so much space already. They've crept up so far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And it looked like Icy was considering the possibility of the flank.
It's a full containment right now.
It's a little stagger too, so even if you catch one, are you expecting the second? Sure, he falls, but there was a swing of the second. Bang punishes, and of course, who else? Icy's gonna have to clutch it out if he wants to keep the map alive, and he cannot. Wow. The first map in this best of 5 goes the way of 100 Thieves.
And we were so fixated on the flank, we didn't even realize the blender that they had on the actual site. EU and Boostio going huge.
Hey, this map is big for a couple of reasons. Yes, it's a best of 5. These things matter early on. You've got to be able to find momentum.
Baba, what are we playing?
Ya lo sabéis, it's Halo Day.
Yeah, one sec.
He's playing football, isn't he?
You know he fancies himself a footballer. Oh, whatever. Look, your love makes me strong, but your hate makes me invincible. All right, let's get on Halo then. Let's go.
Ready.
Dale.
You went back this time, right?
Chill, chaval. I won't ghost you this time.
I'm going hallway.
I got right.
Uno fuera.
Oh, another one down. Lock in. Next kill wins it.
Where is he? No lo veo.
Nisha, you hear that?
Quick column, top left.
There. I'll push it. He's one shot.
Game over.
Got him.
Well played.
Same time tomorrow then.
We'll see.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Nos vemos.
just preventing it with the wingman. Breaking him down, it's going to be the bodyguard angled! Boostio! Oh, he delivers! It's tooth and nail in terms of the approach. They just can't quite get themselves into it. And the fight's taken by Valen. He'll step up to the challenge.
And what a difference a day off can make. 100 Thieves get a break. They come into the game today looking fresh, and they hit the ground running, picking the very map that G2 took them to task on. And it's a slow start, but eventually Bind is all 100 Thieves playground.
Yeah, the second half from them was just lights out, which is a big switch up compared to their last showing where they couldn't win a rifle round on their defensive side, but the way they were playing their defense, especially the anchor work of Bang, was just money.
Yeah, they went for, I think, a lot of these really good flood retakes with this double flash comp, and it was always kind of coming down to these late round fights as they were giving a lot of space on these sites away to G2, but the anchors were on point. Bang, I think, as an individual, he does such a good job of finding that gap in the execute and always getting 1 or 2 kills to put 100 Thieves in an advantage.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think the first half, they were getting into it, getting warmed up all together, and then after that, you just saw the confidence go through. All of them were hitting their shots. I mean, Bang was just hitting some absolute demon shots the whole time.
Yeah, it's also a big departure from yesterday where 100 Thieves are able to beat G2 and get both of the pistol rounds to get that ball rolling.
Yeah, it was really lovely stuff. This guy, I feel like with all of these kind of incumbent players of 100 Thieves who have been on the roster since the beginning, since last year when they were really struggling, when you watch them this year, they look so revitalized. Sure, Bang had moments last year, but in stage 1, he's been so consistently having performances like this. You see it on Cryo too, smiling, back up to top fragging in the server. It seems like whatever Boostio and Zix have brought into the roster has brought out the best of these boys.
Yeah, I mean, Cryo obviously in a role here that maybe doesn't have the same level of skill expression as the Jet does, but he's so annoying, always like swinging out of those smokes on the A side, on defense, a problem. And I think it's Ascent and Bind especially. Every time we see these maps from 100 Thieves, Bang is like top of the scoreboard, getting multi-kills every time an execute comes in. But we should look across to the other side because one player we highlighted on G2 was also firing on all cylinders today. Valen looked very good off the rip.
He was so good, especially what he was able to do around showers. There were so many times he was re-swinging into lines, right? Like blasting through the molly there to go get the kill on the crunch. It was just so consistently high level from him.
Yeah, I think their defensive side also had a great read with those showers crunches you're talking about, right? They were constantly kind of conditioning, taking space over towards long, and then 100 Thieves, who loves to do a lot of these 4-1 executes, they were late backstabbing, killing EU there, and Valen was the guy dishing that out.
Yeah, I think for sure. Whenever they took showers, it seemed like they had a really good read on it. It must have been the ante from G2, honestly, because every time you saw the Fade Prowler or something come into shower, it seemed like there was always 2 re-clearing it no matter what.
Yeah, because basically, if you're defending on A site Bind and you hold on to showers control, enemy team, it's almost impossible to plant the spike, especially with the comp they're running where there's so many mollies, just permanently stall that out. And with Valen playing showers, getting a kill or 2, and then mollying spike, he was even getting molly kills on planters.
And there's a great comparison there to Bang, who we were just hyping up as well, because I think his real strength is, particularly when he's anchoring that B site on defense, he's so often like finding that gap towards hookah and shutting down there. Bind is a map where if you lose one of these lanes, holding onto the site once you execute becomes almost impossible. That retake is so much easier, and both those guys really stepped up in those moments, but it was just that defense for 100 Thieves that was better in this one.
Yeah, it really seemed to be a problem, I think, for G2 to get a read on as time went on. Our next map, an interesting one here, because you guys might be able to talk to this, Com. I mean, you went up against G2 on Breeze yesterday. It's a map that we felt you would probably favoured going into it. Obviously, some disruption in the gameplay, right? Tough to get going. But how did you feel about G2 on that map in general?
I feel like they had a lot of set plays. I mean, there was one set play I remember in particular yesterday is when they had Soval and they Euroflashed us elbow, they Astra stunned, and then a Soval came in and Icy got 2 on us. I think they have a lot of those little set plays that really can take over a round. And I think if they have enough of those against 100T, they have a good chance to win.
Yeah, I think what's cool is it was the first time they were debuting this comp. We've seen a lot of teams picking up this Astro-Yoru combinations, and it was really well built. I also liked on their attacking side how they used the smokes so well to shut down Ospas. They had a lot of ideas for kind of gradually scaling into the site with a first layer of smokes with the Viper Wall, then a second layer with the Astra smokes coming up with a flash dart into back site.
Really
they were completely nullifying that op player, which is really tough to do on Breeze.
It seemed like it was really hard for Ospas to get like a forward line. Like he could sort of play on site, but because of the combination of the Viper Orb going down into double doors, Ospas couldn't really look for that angle outside of doors. You had smokes going in halls, or even the pullback stars as they're trying to flood out onto A or B site. Like a Jet player, you can try to hold that line, but as soon as that smoke balloons into the site, there's too many angles to be holding. You kind of have to fall back and minimize the damage. So that's going to be a real challenge here with 100 Thieves playing against that on defense to find those angles against all of the smoke and mirrors that G2 will be throwing at them.
100 Thieves have been playing more of the default comp on this map. So I think really what you have to look back to here is their initiator play. EU tends to be really good on this map when they're playing the KO Sova comp. I think a lot of the pressure on finding the right timing to go for that like flash dart play is super important. And he tends to hit that out of the park. And you combine that with the Cryo, who's in great form coming into this map on the Jet.
Yeah, I think for sure whenever EU throws a dart, particularly against G2, G2 is a very slow team. If they get the right timing on their information, they'll be stacked wherever G2 goes.
I really believe the story of this first half is how can Cryo find angles against G2, right? G2 are going to be attacking into it. They just showed a great showing into an offer. And this is also Cryo, first time in this series on that Jet. The dude is flying right now.
And historically, he's been one of the most passive Jet players, one of the most passive duelist players. But this year on 100 Thieves, Bucio's talked about it. They're encouraging him to take every fight, take every risk, go out there, and the boys will support him. And it's going to be really tough to find those gaps against a drilled G2 on this attacking side.
If G2 don't win this, Sunset is next, a map they've never played.
Oh, that's dangerous. This is a best of 5, so we've got plenty of game left in theory. Let's see if G2 can bounce back and send it over to Duck and Baby Bay for map 2.
Thanks so much, guys. Yeah, I think the first map was a ton of excitement. It was a ton of fun to watch. I think as we think about what's ahead of us now, we've got the Cryo Jet, we've got the Icy Yoru, and it's interesting to see teams lean towards this Yoru pick on Breeze, which makes a lot of sense, but sometimes it's sprinkled in with the Jet. Them deciding to go solo here with no other duelists. What are your thoughts on that?
It can be really hard to get going on the attacking side as the solo duelist, especially on Yoru, because there's only so many things you're able to do with the TP and your clone, right? It can be kind of obvious at times where you're going to go for those TPs at, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like it shines more on the defensive side more than anything. But that being said, they had such a great performance yesterday against the likes of Ospas. I can't help but feel like they're going to be able to reincarnate that in this moment.
Ender mentioned it. This map has to go their way because Sunset is next, and as he mentioned, it's a map they've never played before. A desperate need to find success. Something that eluded them on Bind.
It was hard fought, too. They had some really good ideas going into their attacking side on Bind. Just, it was the post plants where they lacked. Let's see if they can fix that here on this attacking side. There's a deep orb in halls there, making 100 Thieves think that this could potentially be an A-split round, but they're actually just depositing Leaf there, and they're gonna commit to this B hit.
They have a really good idea over Bucio's too. You see the suck, but he's managed to avoid all of it, finally getting tagged. Now they know where he is. The snap from Trent is good.
It's a big entry. Icy just needs to live here and let this bomb go down. Leaf can close this round out from this position.
On his own. If he plays his cards right, if he picks the timing, at this point, he's heard everyone pass by. Oh, he missed the window.
Good discipline, though.
Icy has to stay alive. You mentioned it. The first snap is great. That should buy the time. Now Bang left alone.
Toxin screen down.
And he's surrounded. Yeah, nothing he can do there. Some messy shots back in spawn. But they get the round.
Already a better post-plant look from G2. I know we're only one round in and it's pistol, but we saw what happened on the last map for the pistol round. I mean, it was disaster. So Icy stepping up big here.
Remaining.
Getting 3 on the entry.
As the solo Yoru, yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, they do give him a lot of utility though as he's going in.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they intend to set him up well.
Yeah, he TPs into the Astra smoke. Time to jump. He's able to think that too in future hits. And he's gonna need to going against a team like 100 Thieves who make adaptations based on stuff they've seen before.
The timing of that smoke was crazy. Bang finding a way to get away.
Perfect deposit. We should get this kill for free here as soon as he inches out.
He's tucked. Spotting the first. Not able to drop the second.
That was a fast trade from Asuna. And Cryo heard these players mid-door running towards the B side of the map. That's why everyone from 100 Thieves is leaning B right now.
They're trying to rotate faster if they can, too.
He's already back sight.
Alongside
No Viper
Boosty.
wall, though.
Looking to clear the dart. Already done. Icy flashing for himself, getting the kill.
Oh, he's not slowing down right now.
There's not much left as far as resistance goes on this site. EU's here. Cryo looked like he might have had a window there, but
what a flash!
P shuts that right on time. And the flash is perfect, as you mentioned.
Oh my gosh.
Asuna dealing a little bit of damage.
He's just stealing these kills away.
What's this play here? Grab the weapon that was back in A main?
No, it was just a ghost. He already has it. He's just taking the scenic route.
He's gone for a bit of a stroll, has he?
I mean, he has a chance to do some crazy damage here.
He's
around the world.
Are they going to walk into his lap?
Yeah.
He's got a knife out. Finally switching just the right time. Gets the kill, but it's traded back, so a little bit of damage done. Only 2 weapons carried over from G2.
That was so worth it.
Yeah.
Already an op-up from Cryo, and he's so good on the defensive side with picking his moments and his spot. Looks like he's gonna opt towards this Halls area of the map and then potentially lean towards maybe top mid or A site, depending on what he sees from the side of G2.
Let's fly.
And G2 have a really good buy going into this round with that Sova ult online.
Yeah, even with how messy it got at the end there.
Yeah.
Early knife towards B main, nothing tagged from the defense.
Bomb is in mid here.
They don't have the wall up either, so it looks like they're going to put up that mid-split wall. Kind of sections off a little bit of Halls and then some of back bridge. Cryo gets the kill, though. That wall.
He always picks the right spot, it feels like.
Oh, they're playing around the orb. EU knows. He's waiting.
Man.
He spotted the barrel. Not able to connect on the second one yet. The flash is there. Icy able to punish.
Sitting at 5-0.
A great start for him. And now a reposition.
Yeah, they're not messing around with this A site anymore.
Gonna head back into Boostio, who's currently by himself.
Does have full setup here and a Viper wall this time around.
And
that'll go up.
That'll help.
Oh, he's getting prepped for this hit.
He's got to know it's coming.
My camera is destroyed.
Pops all of his utility. You hear the Viper wall go up. Repositions to stay
30
alive.
seconds left.
Oh, finally does fall, though.
Just drops. He gave the kill for free.
Cryo on the swing with the op in hand. The flash a little bit further deep, and now the ult invested.
What a dart!
Cryo's dead. Is it going to be Bang again? In a 2v2. Turning away the flash, hearing it, spotting it. Only one
Last
found.
player standing.
Asuna in the 1v1 against Trent. So much promise in both of these players.
Oh!
But the timing is everything right now. That spike's been ticking for a little while. And Trent's patient, looking for the fight, but not forcing it. Waiting for Asuna to make the move.
Oh, he played it so well.
To be the one who plays proactively.
Oh!
He's gotten in his face. Asuna can't even get the kill. It's a bonus one for G2.
Not this time for the jump shot master himself.
They will never learn.
Doesn't go his way against Trent. And what a clap back after last map for G2. Winning the bonus. Snowballing with ults. That Hunter's Fury with the dart onto that half-wall area was huge. And then this 1v1 to close it out.
Yeah, he played it perfectly, as you said. Repositioning at just the right time. Playing his angles to perfection.
I'll leave here with an outlaw.
Who's next?
It's probably just going to lead into any site. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, aggressively TPing into mid and then ulting towards B. And there's no utility to really speak up here for Boostio.
Another free B site.
He still has full setup in his inventory. Out of the knife. Not really spotting anyone early.
That outlaw. Anti-eco warrior. So strong, just one shot to the body.
Yeah, it's just so broken in these situations. That's not even the one dealing all the damage. That's a nice shot from Asuna, though. But again, the Outlaw finds the target. Bang with the Sheriff. Won't find anything. So they're going to carry that weapon over into the next. G2 with money and steam full ahead.
Yeah.
Let's deliver another blow.
Not too close to any other ults now. And 100 Thieves will call a timeout. They're already 0-4.
Dude, Icy's improved so much from the beginning of the year when we first saw him to now.
It's a whole other human being.
It's insane. And again, there was a lot of critique when people saw that he was the one joining the squad. Is he going to be able to provide enough firepower? Is this going to be what they need? And for the first couple of weeks of the year, it wasn't. But he stepped into it in a big way.
I'm glad he stepped it up too, because even in the losses that they had when he wasn't performing, the macro game was played so well that G2 was able to actually like almost squeak by.
Yeah.
And make it to this playoff. I mean, the fashion in which they made it here was crazy. They almost didn't make it. It was, what, 2 rounds?
Yeah,
they made it
something
in?
crazy like that, yeah. And then they've had to go through this insane gauntlet of playing, what, 6 days in a row, 5 days in a row?
Yeah. And a BO5 yesterday that, like, went, what, like 8 hours, it felt like?
Something like that, yeah.
10 hours? 20? Starting off strong, though. Not letting that get to them in this map. And another op online for the side of Cryo. Where does he op this time around? Looks like he's going to go for a mid-door peek, potentially. Support from Bang and EU if need be.
They've been trying to play around the middle of the map a couple of times now.
What a great shock dart.
Instantly clearing out the cam. Cryo with op at the ready. No initial challenge, but a little bit of info. Oh, good night. There's nowhere for them to go. Icy can get out. Maybe they use the smoke for Valen to find safe passage as well. They do. Narrowly avoiding disaster.
Man, G2 have such a slow approach on some of these rounds. Really keeps 100 Thieves in their setup.
Just not really being afforded any info early on.
Out of charges.
So they know that he's there, and that's got to be enough to suggest that the hit's going to be A. You hear the utility go up. Bang takes a step back, dancing around the dart, but will be tagged. Looking for more. There's a whole lot of firepower headed his way.
Great flash from Icy.
Yeah, he's able to get one. But you're right, the flash was just too much for him. Now Cryo finding success with the op.
30 seconds left.
A 4v3, and you've got Lucio who's still playing back in spawn.
Concerned
that they've lost Hall's control. There's that mid value that you mentioned. Cryo falling.
That's a big kill.
A 3v3. Valen's so weak. And he's the only one really playing on site.
But now you see the power of the Astra. A disruption smoke on the site. He's able to finesse around him. Oh, it's beautiful.
A 1-for-1 though. Is that enough? Icy getting tagged by the dart. They know where he is, but EU's weak. I don't know that he can really take this fight.
Player standing.
Jonah P, a 1v2. The Professor cannot deliver.
So close for Jonah P. I thought when he was going wide there, he was going to try to take out the bomb
diffuser,
planter. Yeah, the diffuser of EU. A little micro mistake. Ends up letting the round go to the hands of 100 Thieves.
And they're able to keep the op, scoop it back up. Yeah, I thought he was going to do the same. But a big round for 100 Thieves as they get on the board.
Josh knows. Could have gone their way for sure.
4 ults in the way of the defense here.
Exactly. They have a good chance right now to snowball these rounds. Even out the half, potentially. With these ults. And another reposition with the op from Cryo. This time going down elbow.
That dart, or excuse me, the knife was enough to suggest that there were people elbow. So that's what triggers the ult. A little bit of damage done onto Icy.
It's all fake though. This is actually a ruse. Bomb is geared towards that A main.
You are divided.
Oh, they're really starting to sell this fake now.
Yeah, look at the mini-map. Bang is wise to stay.
Boostio spotting one, and that's the duelist. But look at how they're still so disciplined. They're not convinced that's where it is. Bang is still here. EU's still here.
Oh, he gets caught mid-jump.
So the first line of defense will fall. But again, now reinforcements arriving. EU the first.
It's a quick flood from 100 Thieves. Already 2 players in this backside area. Valen, he needs to go huge. But Jonah!
Try to find success like this. Again, a 3v3. Spike ticks away. Asuna will fall. A ridiculous shot. But it's traded in kind. Now, twos. Boostio forward. Trent down. And he's got to know where the last is. No spits to speak of. They can play around the wall. They're tempting him. They're baiting him to swing.
Oh my God.
And Cryo lands a shot.
He's so calm with the up. He takes his time every single shot. A lot of players would jump the gun there and shoot too early.
Yeah.
Then you get taken out right away. But another post-plant loss for G2, and this one, I feel like they had it. They had it in the bag. I mean, Jonah P did God's work in that moment, and they let it slip away.
That goes there.
2 ults were invested that round, 400 Thieves.
Oh, they still have a little bit to play around. They still have Asuna's ult too. So as we keep thinking about whether or not they're going to be able to snowball those ults into something, into more of a ferocious comeback, we'll keep an eye on that. A late wall going down from Bang. The only one who might have spotted it was Leaf. What a shot!
Yeah, I was going to say, might not want to take a fight like that, but there's no way for him to know that Leaf is rocking the Outlaw.
Here.
It's a deadly weapon in the right hands.
And the right hands have been Leaf's. There's an op waiting on the other side of this wall. Who's the first to move?
It's like 100 Thieves are already leaning towards this B side of the map.
It was a game of chicken.
Yeah.
And Leaf gives it up first.
I think Leaf wants to ult this body, but he's just so worried that somebody might be holding it.
He's creeping
For good reason, too.
Yeah, he's creeping up closer and closer, though.
This will be the sign
Give me
of
a
what's to
corpse.
come
Where
for
is everyone
G2.
hiding?
The most familiar line in the game. So they invest ult. They realize where the defenses are.
30 seconds left.
Good damage done.
Oh, look at the mind games here. 100 Thieves not convinced.
Look at this calling.
They're thinking twice, thrice about it.
Triggered.
Boostio feeling so much pressure. They've got to know this is where the hit is now. Can the captain keep him back on his own?
No!
Time is of the essence. It's running low here. 10 seconds left. Can they keep them back?
Oh my God.
It's time for some mind games.
That will not have enough time. Trusting their gut that it wasn't going to be a back hit A. And of course, the heroics from Boostio.
What a response. After Boostio drops there, Bang coming up huge on that kill on the cross and then tucking. And Asuna peeking Nest with what, 10 HP to his name after this shot from Leaf. And still getting one on the cross.
I mean, the name of the game there for Boostio was just to buy time. And I think that, again, that was in large part because they weren't convinced that it was a hit A. They were still playing around the middle of the map, so they were able to get back and help Boosty quickly.
Right.
A couple of sheriffs, a couple of rifles for G2. Only one was spotted. There's a trap in halls.
Wow, I haven't seen this ult in so long.
This pit is crazy.
Yeah. Makes it so hard for you to split A.
It makes it borderline impossible, yeah.
And you have a trip on mid door as well.
An op still in the hands of Cryo. The spike is here. In the hands of Trent with Valen close by.
They could catch him here with a nicely placed drone.
Next.
They're gonna try to split this.
He's gonna have nowhere to go.
He's got the dash. Can he find safe passage? Yes, he can. Trying to dance around, trying to provide some cover for himself. He's sucked, he's lit up.
I see no value coming out of the ult though.
Meanwhile, Cryo's still alive. He's still got the op, not able to land the shot. The flick was close. finally falls. And now the knife out. Asuna arriving at the scene of the crime.
Look at this from Jonah.
With the spike in the sight. Time becomes the main factor here. He's only got a sheriff though. Is that going to be the weaponry that he needs? Not able to land the shots, not able to steady the aim. But stays alive. And that could be the difference maker. Valen feeling some of the pressure. They swing into him. He gets 3 on the round.
Gosh.
He gets all 4.
That was such a dicey round. Both Jonah P and Bang not getting too much value on the flank. But the pressure alone from Jonah P just being alive in that moment opens up Valen to clutch it out for his team.
Yeah, it unlocked him.
Oh my gosh.
One enemy remaining.
Trinity, you're welcome.
So nicely played by Valen.
He got put in such a tough position, but he played it perfectly.
Outlaw back in the hands of Leaf. And Blades online for Cryo.
It's a big investment from 100 Thieves. They forced into this round. Boostio sitting with just a sheriff. Couple players on light armor.
And that's where the Outlaw becomes more of a factor.
It's going to come down to another post plant for G2, I believe. Unless 100 Thieves can get there in time and commit to a flood.
I just don't, I don't know that they're positioned in a way to do that. I think you're right.
Crowd's not close enough. But he could go on top of the mid ledge and potentially catch somebody once that Viper wall goes down. That could be an option.
Bang was here and that was formidable enough, but Boostio has now joined him.
Dude, G2 have been playing this so slow.
Can Lee find an opening? Can he find some space? Can he find a kill? Look at the discipline from EU. Oh, he's got to know now as the cages go up. He's got to know there's somebody there, but Lee's still finding a way to punish.
Oh my gosh.
EU striking, getting a kill. But enough space has been gained for them to be able to try to get the spike down, and it's a little labored. It's a little delayed, but finally goes down, and now the pit to control and contain.
This is such a good ult.
And they've dropped Astro utility on top of it too.
Yeah, it makes it nearly impossible for the attackers to actually touch the bomb. Yeah, you're gonna see a save right now.
Yeah, an attempt to retake with Blades into a pit is just nigh impossible. So yeah, all right, they're gonna try to keep the weapons alive, try to get away.
Jonah might find a vicious timing on the Cryo here.
He's got so much money. I respect the attempt to hunt.
Does he clear it?
Suspicious.
Oh, he sees the barrel. Free low.
EU, the only one able to carry the weapon over.
The conditioning that G2 has done up to this point. Cryo stayed in mid, even though there was an A hit there. For what? The entirety of that round? He was so worried about Jonah P. Reflanking mid. That he had almost no value with the knives on the actual A site.
It's too funny, bro.
They've got plenty of reasons to laugh. 6 of them, to be exact.
And this honestly could have been an 8-1 scoreline for G2 had they played
Need that back.
2 of the post-plant losses a little bit more disciplined. It's a really strong showing right now from G2, bouncing back. That just seems to be the name of the game for a team like this.
Perhaps a bit foreboding, but remember, this is how Bind started.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're able to hang on this time. 100 Thieves with 2 rifles. EU and Cryo both.
Just the slow approach of G2.
They're going to go into EU here. He's got to play this off angle.
The problem is when a team plays this slow, it can poison your brain and almost make you undialed in on the angles that you're holding.
The knife didn't tag.
And by the time somebody peeks you, you might not be ready, but EU is ready in this case.
Down, B.
Takes out Trent with a clean headshot.
Besting the opposing Sova. And now dart up. They're going to know when they funnel out of here. They're going to want to flood. They try to get ahead of all the utility, and they're going to get the kills for it too. Remember, this was just 2 rifles.
B.
Now a 5v3. And yes, some of them are a little bit further away, but can Icy keep this back?
Left.
The equalizer. He's got to be able to convert more. All of the rifles are gone. It's just pistols now.
Oh, he's
Pistols
9 HP.
not steady enough.
Enemy remaining.
But Bang might be. Lucio's upgraded a weapon. 2 rifles is all it took.
EU coming up huge there. Getting that first blood on a Trent, so there's no Sova utility to take the actual site. Just leaves Jonah P to his devices, having to just run in. I felt so bad for the guy on the entry. 2 players holding him.
They just did such a good job of not allowing them to flood out onto the site early.
Yeah.
This goes here.
They just decided, if you're going to try to take this, we're fighting you for it. This won't be free.
Still some signs of life for 100 Thieves on this defensive side. Stealing that round away allows Cryo to build up for that operator.
Full armor for utility. And he is A. Just a tap, just a threat. There's no challenge, though, so Icy's going to get his ult on mine.
This is his 3rd ult of the map so far.
And they've been really dynamic with how they've been using it, too. It hasn't been the same plan. It hasn't been the same approach.
Can he get value this time around amongst the chaos on this A hit? We saw him last time get caught out by Bang, running out of the Viper's pit, but this time there is no pit.
There is an op.
Who's next?
The walls go up, the ult comes out.
So much info gathered right now.
Yep. There's
he's body blocking!
He still lands that shot? They knew where he was. But a ridiculous angle, a ridiculous shot, and now they have to go to plan B.
Yeah, but 100 Thieves are already ahead of this. The rotations have already made their way
30 seconds
over here.
left.
No ults to speak of currently for the defense. EU, the only one close by.
The
And Leaf will
timing!
fall. Now Hunter Shuri at the ready.
He shouldn't even have to use it here.
No, I can't imagine he will.
Cypher setup on site.
What a pretty setup from Asuna too. The right click flash around the pillar, the swing on the other side, and the round for 100 Thieves.
That was a clean entry from Cryo there.
We can't take anything with us.
Shooting, what, an elbow? That was nasty.
In the pixel of one, yeah.
I gotta see that back. Oh my God!
That's so fast.
That's with a Yoru just sitting there staring him in the face.
Down B. One enemy remaining.
Funneling them into the B setup, it was too clean for 100 Thieves.
And again, we watch a lead from G2 evaporate.
2 ops online for 100 Thieves. The economy flourishing right now.
And they're both on the same side. So they've heard one now. They know that there's one halls.
Revealing area.
They might think that Cryo and EU are playing halls together. Based off of that op shot, like you said.
Bang again, feeling pressure.
Oh my
Fake
gosh,
TP.
he's so clean.
Bang is insane. Oh my goodness, another. Bang continues to find success. Icy dancing around the ult, trying to lay in the shots. Gets the best of Asuna.
That's bombed
Still
out.
3 targets to be found though. And for Icy, that's way too much to deal with.
What a great comeback
Switching
into
sides.
the map for 100 Thieves. There was a world in which G2 just ran away with this.
They were up, what, 4-0?
Yeah.
They looked really comfortable. They looked really confident. And it seemed like the lead could have been bigger. But it evaporates right before their eyes, right before our eyes, to get us to a 6-6 half, to keep things competitive. 100 Thieves understanding they're not going to fold, even if it's not their map. They won't go down quietly. G2 took down 100 Thieves just a few days ago, and we spoke with Bang about that close call.
We definitely didn't think there would be like a pushover team. I think after first map, we kind of let our foot off the gas, honestly, and we felt like it was just going to be an easy match because of how well we played, and it was their map pick. So I think we kind of started just making mistakes because of that, and they made the series close because of that. So yeah, I feel like they definitely are a good team.
I mean, they've looked like a good team. They've looked like a good team on Bind. They've looked like a good team on Breeze. I think the one thing they haven't been able to do so far is hang on to a lead. They get out early, and then they just kind of stumble.
Yeah, and I mean, that could be a testament of just how far they've gone and like what they've had to go through of playing.
Yeah.
You know, they already played a best of 5 yesterday, and it was brutal. Sometimes there's just not enough in the tank, and you need those extra days off.
So 100 Thieves come in just a little bit rested, but not too much. Not where they were sloppy, not where they've looked cold. And I think for G2, you're right. They've been through a lot. This week has been insane for them.
Just look at Icy, man. 13 and 10. He has a really good opportunity here to take this half over, come up huge for his team, and put them on the board in this best of 5.
Just a couple of moments away now from starting the second half of Breeze. Again, if you missed the beginning of this, it was a lead for G2 until it wasn't. 100 Thieves roar back to keep things competitive, to bring us to a 6-6 half. And now the questions turn towards G2. How do they respond on the other side of this? You know, we've talked a couple of times about this solo Yoru and how it looks on attack. This is a different beast. Much more comfortable on defense.
Yeah. There's so many different looks you can give with this Yoru. You could be at 2 places at once for most of the rounds, if need be.
Ooh. An attempt at an early catch doesn't go the way of Valen.
Oh my!
Oh! This may be perfect. This may be flawless. And it won't be, but they still get the round. What a start to the second half.
Bang and Boostio. The duo. Magnificent duo in mid. That was crazy. As soon as Bang's orb went down there, he did a 180.
And able to steady the shots on the other side of that. It's just perfect.
One enemy remaining.
Even he knows that was impressive. Internal clock was dead.
11 and 9 for the Viper. A 1-round lead for 100 Thieves. No force for the defense. Just a ghost in the hands of Leaf.
Look at how both teams approach the anti-eco on attack. It's so passive. They're just waiting for any type of aggression.
And the thing is, it was just around the corner. G2 had sent 3 down A main to try to catch a weapon, to try to get some early info. It doesn't pan out. And 100 Thieves throw the break on this.
Still 3 players of G2 towards this A side of the map.
And who knows what they have in their hands. They've only seen one, and they saw it was a classic, but who knows if there's a force?
What can Trent and Icy pull off here? And Cryo headshots Valen on accident.
Leaf and Trent, the only 2 that remain, and just like that, it's all on to Leaf. This has the makings of being a potential avalanche for 100 Thieves.
It kind of reminds you of last map, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this is not going to be like a... this isn't going to be a bad buy going into the next. Assuming there's no other kills that come through, yeah, they're going to carry 4 rifles into this next round. You buy up a little bit here. This is not a bonus. This is a gun round.
And something else to look out for now is Cryo heating up with the rifle. We saw him have, I don't know, I don't want to say a bad last map, but he wasn't taking over the entire server with multi-kills and etc. like he has been this entire time. So if he gets back in that zone where he's getting multi-kills on the entry, this might be an avalanche like you stated.
No, and I think even if it doesn't play out that way for 100 Thieves, if they're able to continue to find success without their star doing his thing, like if they can continue to win, not necessarily just off the backs of Cryo, that is a good sign. Flawless form for the attack again.
They're running the pistol, but
it's traded.
Bonus.
It's traded. Trent, Tuck, take flight.
He's in such an awkward spot. He's gonna die surely.
The crosshair wasn't even on him, but he still lands the shots. We mentioned how ferocious this would be with the weapons that they had. It was Leaf who was alone in the previous round, and he had a ghost this time. This time a Vandal, but the result is the same.
And this is something you'll see a lot of teams do, the run on their bonus round, their pistol. And the pistol round works so well for 100 Thieves that it was a no-brainer for them to do. Why not go for it again?
Landing those shots certainly helps.
And I feel for Trent there, like he's just stuck in the Cypher cage.
Yeah.
If he makes any noise, he's gonna get converged on anyway.
Right.
So he's just trying to get any type of value, maybe a drone to delay, but he just gets spammed.
3 rounds in a row to open the half. 6 if you go back even further than that.
Oh. G2 did beat this timing of 100 Thieves. Boostio, but Boostio just plays it to perfection. This should be another clean round. I mean, this is just free space that he gets to grab.
Cage trigger.
They're just going to be able to waltz their way in with 0 contest. I mean, what did G2 do here? You wonder if there's a timeout that's waiting for us on the other side of this, because...
Yeah, definitely.
We mentioned it. This thing has the potential to get out of hand, and it seems to be doing just that. 100 Thieves get to 10, now 3 rounds away from taking a 2-0 lead. And again, Sunset on the other side of this.
Yeah. That's it. It can be a really rough map. We don't know what G2 have in store for us on that next map. Or how comfortable they even are on it.
Choosing not to call a timeout here. G2 investing the op, putting it in the hands of Icy. Just confident in their plan, I guess. The protocols and preparations that were made.
It's a fast Halls take so far.
It's really fast. Leaf's the only one here. He's playing on the other side of the cage.
Getting spam, he's only 40 HP.
But they haven't cleared him. I don't think they know he's there.
The op's dead.
He's gonna find a perfect timing. Oh, as the door goes down, he's left on the other side of it. Now forced to make noise once more.
And Boostio's just snuck in here.
This is the strike that he finds. Boostio's value there is insane. Meanwhile, Leaf is just toggling the door up and down as best as he can. But the realization of what's taking place is sinking in.
Oh, man. The avalanche is not stopping. Full force in effect. And 100 Thieves, Boostio. He's got such a good read of how to abuse this A side of the map. It's been multiple times now. Multiple gun rounds that they've just decisively won the A site.
He's got a read on it, man.
The first 2 are through a mid split. This time, full Halls pressure. And Icy got his head taken clean off by the likes of Bang.
Yeah, he had no shot.
That's with an operator to his name as well.
And so the timeout does come through a round later than we expected, but it comes through nonetheless.
And Boostio's just standing during this entire timeout. He's having fun with it. Engaging with the crowd. I mean, he's so comfortable on this stage. It's like he's at home.
This project's starting to come together at just the right time.
He's just chilling up there, man.
So G2 are in a really miserable spot here because 100 Thieves are at 11. They can't really afford to force into this a ton. They're choosing to invest a little bit.
Yeah.
But much like mine, they're playing for OT here.
Yep. And here's the adaptation. It's Leaf going towards that A side of the map as the Cypher. But you can't help but feel like it's a little bit too late. Looks like aggression here from the side of G2 as well. I mean, dude, Boost was so ready for it.
He was so ready.
2 cages.
And he plays them perfectly. Denying any aggressive attempt.
And he's reading into it as well. Telling his team to come back to B.
Boostio's a step ahead. He's 2 steps ahead right now.
Dude, the last couple times he's been pushed off a B, I know he killed 2 the last time around. But this time he gets pushed back. He's assuming that G2 are going to stack towards that A side of the map, thinking that he's going to go all the way back and group up with his team. But it's the opposite here. It's the perfect call. They've ended A the last 4 rounds.
And it's in these messy rounds where you have stingers and sheriffs that teams can get sloppy, that things can go sideways. But 100 Thieves play it to perfection.
And on top of that, EU is playing as far back as possible with that Hunter's Fury. Will he get caught out here from the likes of Valen and Icy?
He's the safety valve.
Oh, he turns around.
Tagged. Gets the kill.
Shut up.
Well played by Icy to respond. That's a weapon upgraded. That's now 2 rifles in the hands of the defense. Bustio on the swing, trying to deal with Trent. And once again, overwhelmed.
Welcome to my world.
Now, 100 Thieves having to invest the pit. One you imagine they wanted to keep into the next if needed. Icy, with the spit in his lap, gets another.
He didn't get the right guy, though, Doug.
It's 1 for 1. They've gotten the round back. Is there going to be enough time? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. That might be the closest we've ever had. 0.04. What? Talk about down to the wire. And just like that, G2 have a chance.
This is a nice spot.
They played through the chaos, and they played through it perfectly.
Viper's Pit invested from Bang there as well.
The fingers crossed were not enough.
That was intense.
Straight back into the action. Yeah, they invested the pit, but EU still has his ult online. Meanwhile, G2 with a couple of their own. Jonah P also 1 away from his pit.
Man, these slow approaches to rounds in a grand final like this can be so tormenting to you if you're on the defensive side. And the enemy team just lets it cook in your brain. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, the
Sometimes
silence.
you get scared.
The
To go
silence.
for peaks, yeah.
And you can hear it. Again, nothing, no noise made.
Just no contact being made anywhere so far. Cam will be broken and 1 shock.
And that causes a little bit of utility invested towards B.
Yeah. That will keep Valen towards this B side of the map, though. And if you look at the mini-map, this is looking like another A split round.
They've sectioned off Trent, forced to play behind the wall, trying to grab some high ground on the stairs and help his team, and he's the one who falls to the ult. Jonah P getting tagged as well. The nade almost being what cleaned him up. Cryo gets a second.
The A splits are just too well timed for 100 Thieves. And the awareness of EU to ult the right side of sight where that smoke was positioned. Oh
It's
my
perfect.
gosh.
It really is. G2 understanding they can't really put up much of a fight onto this site.
It's brutal.
Decide that they're going to try to save the weapons. And of course, 100 Thieves smelling blood in the water. They want to try to get him out of his hands. EU's gone hunting. Bustio's gone hunting. Cryo's joined the fray. And you see the pings on the minimap. They're looking for him. 1 will be found. Or at least the presence of 1. Boosty with a snap. Valen will not keep his weapon. Can leave.
Camera taken out.
They're starting to close in. Spotting him, finding him. Where's the fight? Can you clean him up? He's overwhelmed. Yeah, he gets 1 for his troubles, but no rifles carried into the next round, and 100 Thieves on map point.
It's the Bustio show today. 20 and 11. He's been doing such a good job of clearing those close corners. And this is that A split again that we've been talking about. Look at the util that they have to deal with this Astra. A lot of the benefits of running Astra on the defensive side is you can place smokes across the map for your teammates to anchor in. But the util that was there, you have shock darts hitting that smoke. You have Viper mollies, a Sova ult even. 100 Thieves have a really good understanding of how G2 play this defensive side. And they're punishing it.
Oh, hang on. Here, what's happening to him? What?
Poor little guy.
Someone needs to check on him.
Much like how Josh has checked in on his team. Giving him some good words, hopefully some motivational words.
That timer's not moving. We needed to start moving. There we go. All is good. So we enter potentially the last round of this map. G2 had a lead, squandered it, gave it up, and really weren't able to respond. They weren't able to fight back on this. The advantages that 100 Thieves were able to put together at the opening to this half have been too much for them to deal with.
Yeah. Right from the start. Yeah, a very convincing A split. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an A split to close this out as well. Flip the Viper ult. It's a very common thing teams like to do. There is going to be a trip there, though. Along with a potential one-way cage, maybe, for a Leaf, if this is a mid-split.
Wising up to the antics that 100 Thieves have used for the last couple of rounds, yeah.
I mean, this is such a unique approach.
But honestly, every time that we've seen G2 adapt for some of this stuff, Boosty calls something entirely unexpected and different.
Look at this again. It's going to be the A split, but this time, just a solo drone in the A main. It's going to be a halls and mid-door split. So Leaf is going to be pressured immensely here.
Icy popping his ult. Looks like he's going to try to go mid. And that should be enough of a cue for them to force this fight.
Boost, you got Jonah off of that.
Leaf will fall as well.
Another A split round.
And another success found. Every single bit of the defenses have crumbled.
It's so perfect. And a molly on mid-door as well.
100 Thieves are making this look effortless.
Family photo.
All of the guns, all of the weapons in EU on the flank, just when it looks like there's going to be an attempt at a retake and a reposition. It's just repeat results. A flawless round to close map 2. 13-7 in favor of 100 Thieves. And again, sunset waiting for us after this.
That was so convincing, honestly, much like Bind. You called it.
The story was the same.
You called it.
The story was the exact same, and I think now we need to have even more meaningful conversations around, how much is left in the tank? Because we've seen G2 come out to a lead twice now, and they're not able to hang on to it.
What are we playing?
Ya lo sabéis, it's Halo Day.
Yeah, one sec.
He's playing football, isn't he?
这家伙, you know he fancies himself a footballer. Oh, whatever. Look, your love makes me strong, but your hate makes me invincible. All right, let's get on Halo then. Let's go.
Ready.
Dale.
You went back this time, right?
Chill, chaval. I won't ghost you this time.
I'm going hallway.
I got right.
Uno fuera.
Oh, another one down. Lock in. Next kill wins it.
Where is he? No lo veo.
Nisha, you hear that?
Pick on him, top left.
There. I'll push it. He's one shot.
Game over.
Got him.
Well played.
Same time tomorrow then.
We'll see.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Nos vemos.
preventing it with the wingman. Breaking him down, it's going to be the bodyguard angled! Boostio! Oh, he delivers! It's tooth and nail in terms of the approach. They just can't quite get themselves into it. And the fight's taken by Valen. He'll step up to the challenge.
Smick standing here with Coach Zix after 100 Thieves takes down G2Esports on map number 2 on Breeze. I want to dial it back a little bit to your first map pick, which was Bind. Coincidentally, 2 days ago, when you faced G2, that was the only map that you had lost 13-8. I'm sure there was a game plan in that being your first map pick. Can you talk to us a little bit about the rationale?
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely very confident. Even watching the VOD back, it's like we made so many simple mistakes and our defense wasn't even close to what it usually is. So we were very confident rematching them, knowing like the antes that they were going to go into it with. And we started a little slow, which was a bit worrying, I'll be honest, but we knew that, you know, once we warmed into it and we fixed some of the fundamentals that we weren't focusing on in the first half, then we were just going to breeze through it, so.
Breeze through it, because we saw you do it on Breeze as well for now. Best of luck on map number 3.
See, that's our Smick. She gets it every time. Look, I mean, yeah, slow start, sure, for 100 Thieves, but once they get going, they really get going, and they really want to rush an operator into Cryo's hands as soon as they can, every map by the...
Yeah, whenever they're playing the Jet on defense, they're going for this play. And I want to bring up the first 3 rounds of their defensive side to show you what they're doing in their economy, if we can get that going right here, because it's pretty impressive what they do. So the main important thing here is that Cryo is going to hold on to 400 extra credits. So he doesn't buy any utility. All he actually buys is light armor, and then Asuna is going to drop him a ghost, so he can still fight in this round. But those 400 credits are really meaningful, because even if they lose pistol, even if they lose round 2, you can see they lose the pistol, and Cryo is still full save. Ooh, that's a big one right there. Cryo is still full saving down in that bottom corner. We go into round 3. He still has enough money to get an operator, right? So he gets 1 kill, that's 200 bonus credits. He has 4,900 total gold, so that's going to be an operator and a little gold credits, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and because he gets the kill, that's an added cloudburst on top. 2 kills, and that means
he can afford a ward too. Sick.
Yeah, well, 2 kills and he get a light armor as well instead of going for the cloudburst. But regardless, it means he is guaranteed the operator in round 3, even if he does absolutely nothing in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's so important too, because this guy, I think, this year in particular, his defensive hopping has been so valuable. And even against this comp that I think G2, to start that game, did a great job with the Astra of denying him options for those kind of initial kills, those forward lines you want to be taking as a Jet player. In the late round, he was finding a lot of opportunities that built up that buffer for 100 Thieves to come back in the second half.
100%. I mean, I think whenever Cryo gets the op, he's in a different form than he was last year. This year, he's more aggressive with the op. He takes more angles. He takes the space and makes the rest of his team being able to stack another site. There's just so many things that he's doing with the op that he just didn't do last year, and now it's making a huge difference on their defense.
And even beyond just building up the money for him, they're also building up his confidence as that opper to be able to take those risks, to set him up to make those plays that you didn't see before.
We really started to see 100 Thieves run away with the game in the second half. These executes on the A site in the second half, like these A splits looking really, really good. We also saw them, I guess, like run back a similar strategy from their pistol right after it.
Yeah, there was a lot of these rounds where they were going into these late A splits, and I think a lot of the crux of this half was G2 struggling to deal with 100 Thieves mid-control. We saw Boostio getting so much space in that area of the map often, which meant he was calling into these late round splits, most often towards A, a couple back over towards B, and running over the site anchors from G2.
And the play in this that was so devastating was always that jump up onto stairs, fighting deep into backside onto these very deep lines that honestly G2 just didn't seem fully ready for. Like going for a drone in that position when the boost up is an option was really, really risky, and it cost him the round.
Yeah, I think if G2 played a little bit more proactive on their defense like they did on Bind, I think at the start of Bind, they were playing a lot of proactive, really getting the information that they needed to stack towards the correct site. They would have been a lot better on Breeze. But honestly, this game, it seemed like they kind of funneled into like this kind of passive style.
Yeah, and it is a bit of a worrying trend because that's 2 maps now where 100 Thieves warm up into the second half, have a really strong game plan, and rally into a dominant win. They're 2-0 up in the series, and we're heading to a map that G2 have not played with their new roster.
Yeah, it gets even more complicated from here on out from G2. Let's hear what Josh RT has to say ahead of this next map, which is a doozy.
Smick standing here with Coach Josh RT. You have Sunset ahead of you now in this best of 5. Your backs are against the wall. I could tell from yesterday, Valen was realizing that in real time. Oh man, we have to play Sunset, and it's been a few months. So what was the game plan?
It's honestly just to fight together as a group and surprise them, play team fundamentals, secure our post plants, and I think they're going to overestimate us here. We can probably steal away some rounds, and then you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. We certainly saw your fortitude yesterday, so best of luck on the next map.
I mean, I'm curious about Sunset. It's a map that some teams like to bring in a lot of trap plays, right? These, in theory, are setups that require a lot of practice and dry runs. Like, how do G2 play now?
Exactly how Josh RT just said. I think that was the realest, like, between-game interviews I've ever heard, which was, we haven't practiced this map. We are going to focus on the fundamentals. Because the last time this team played Sunset, Leaf was on Duelist, right? It was a different team, and it was the last match, the last real match they played in kickoff. It was the Sentinels show match.
And that was barely a real game in that one, at least after that first map number 1. These guys, though, they have fantastic team chemistry. Their fundamentals have been on point. But they're up against 100 Thieves, who, despite struggling on this map previously, have had a lot more practice here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see what this agent select is. Oh, and they're going for
I'll say it's
the Lev comp, kind of.
Talk me through, what's the rationale for the Breach? A lot of teams play the KO here instead with that Gecko?
I just think Breach gives you a lot of options on whether to trap, take control, do pop plays, so many things that you can do with this comp that not a lot of other comps really have that this one has.
It's setup heavy, though. The Breach is a setup heavy comp, no?
But I think you can do a lot of the stuff on the fly as well. This is going to rely on the team synergy, on doing stuff on the fly for G2 to try and rally. If not, 100 Thieves set up for a 3-0 and the win here in our midseason playoffs.
Here it is, the greatest challenge to date for G2. Can 100 Thieves pick up Sunset and close this series out 3-0? Well, we're about to find out. Let's head back to your casters. Doug and Baby Bay are on the mic.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the question around whether or not they have enough gas will continue to persist, right? As we have this conversation about these two squads, for G2 in particular, 2 opportunities where they've come out with the lead, not able to put it back together. Sunset's a different beast, though.
Playing on a new map, though, might be encouraging for them and snap them out of that, fatigue that they have. They clearly have, right? Because they're letting these leads go away like crazy. But when you play a new map like Sunset, you're also not going to get counter-stratted because you haven't played the map in, how long? Since kickoff?
Yeah.
With a completely different roster? I guess not completely different, but you know what I mean.
Different enough,
yeah,
sure.
different enough. So this might be a good thing for the likes of G2. But on the other side, 100 Thieves has a lot of good experience against this specific Breach comp, which they took Lev the distance against, right?
There's also a little danger when a team has nothing to lose. When they realize they're down 0-2, what's left to lose? That's when things can get silly. That's when things can get dangerous. And you heard Josh mention it. He thinks they're going to get overestimated. Or underestimated, excuse me. And that very well may be the case.
And if it is, G2 needs to be ready to punish that in that case. Because I could definitely see 100 Thieves treating this as almost like a ranked game. Everyone going for hero plays and etc. But if they are disciplined, then G2 might be in store for something very special.
Again, silence has been the case in many of the rounds that we've seen so far today.
100 Thieves are just ahead, though.
They're all here.
They just know. Boostio just knows how Valen likes to call rotations off a space gained early on.
A pistol, which would be so huge for them to be able to spark some sort of momentum.
This is going to be crazy off the cam. Plant should go down, though, which is a good sign.
Oh, they've gotten that much, but Valen's been spotted. The trip now cleared. See a couple of guns waiting on the other side of the smoke, and Icy trying to keep him back. Trying to get the kill, and he does. They're all going to continue to fight. Look at him pushing forward, trying to get EU done. And they do. But now, they've been turned upon. Oh, Icy gets 3. A perfect pistol for G2.
Icy looks like a whole nother player right now.
But
he's been so good all day.
He really has. He's been good all series. He's been good the last couple of weeks. I think you're absolutely right. I know it's early, but they've got to find a way to keep this momentum going, though. Because, again, they start great every single match.
They have to close it out.
And the pistol's a big step towards that.
It's now the other teammates of Icy that need to step up in this moment if they want to come back in this best of 5.
They got to get through this as cleanly as they can, too.
They're so scared to run through. So much respect being shown.
Yeah, Asuna avoiding the punish there, the fault line, the utility. But he manages to get the orb and get away somehow. A little bit of damage dealt, but stays alive. That's a big kill, going the way of the defense, but
Boostio just ran Leaf down, Doug.
4 more still to be found. Bang with a paranoia at the ready. Waiting for the right moment to strike, but what's the cue? Boostio on the flank, on the swing. Valen falls. This would be heartbreak.
Spike down B.
I mean, they didn't even really get a chance to get momentum going. A thrifty response for 100 Thieves.
Heartbreak is nice words, Doug. This is just pain. Getting ecoed on Sunset Attack. That's rough. All from Boostio, just running out mid. Look at that stat. Their last BO5 win was against the guard at LCQ. Wow. That's some lore. That's some deep lore.
Yeah, the rosters were a little bit different, but the one who's been more constant has been Valen in both of those. Perhaps feeling a little bit of deja vu.
It's another hard read from 100 Thieves. They're already leaning over towards this A side of the map, but they are worried about mid here. This is a key difference. This is all off of...
He saw one other cross as well.
Jeez.
Satchel just a threat, but the drone from EU is perfect. Confirming that there's nobody who's funneling out. They can continue to stay back. Now the fault line up, Cryo tag, Boostio continues to frag. Nothing but a whimper coming out of these pistols. G2 unable to do what 100 Thieves did in the previous round.
Very clean. Everyone was positioned very well for that actual hit once it came through. And Boostio, no signs of slowing down right now. He's really taking a lot of first engagements. This is what made him a champion last year. It was taking all these first bloods on that Sentinel role. He was getting punished quite a bit early on in the stage, but he's got his swagger back, man.
Yeah, this feels like Tokyo form. This feels like LA form. And it's working for 100 Thieves quite nicely. Again, taking an early peek in B main. Looking for a fight right off the bat. The guy's a menace.
And 100 Thieves have been conditioning this smoke in the B main area. It kind of forces G2 to have to use utility to clear it, and that's info gathered for them. So they're able to paint a picture of how G2 is rotating around the map based off of their own utility.
I mean, you even saw the pings on the minimap just now in B main.
Yep.
Because of that smoke, there could be somebody who's cross, there could be someone who's playing, you know, in a number of different places in B main. I also think they did a really good job of applying pressure B main at the very beginning and then doing the same so at A main.
Yeah.
Asuna has been here the whole time.
And he was able to farm that orb after taking an aggro peek. When he didn't see anybody deep behind that trip, he grabbed the orb for free. And now, his intuition, understanding that there might be a walk-in, allows him to reposition on site. And at the same time, Cryo takes the head off of Jonah in mid. That's the breach dead.
Tried finding a little bit of room off of the fault line too. That certainly will help. Asuna not able to find any success.
EU stuck in a corner here.
He's tagged up. Trent is so weak though, but the timing is perfect. He finds lethality. Cryo in the smoke, up and close and personal with Icy.
But what's that from Icy?
He got his kill, but it was traded right back. Bang, a 1v2. Trent 8 HP. Smokes traded. The swing out spam not connecting. Plenty of time to play this through. No utility to his name though. Oh, nice shots from Trent. 3 on the round for him as we're tied at 2 apiece.
I got scared for a second when Icy jumped the gun before that Thrash was actually able to make a connection onto that CT area. I thought for a second it was going to go south, but great trades. That kill from Trent was so big.
Yeah,
he had 10 HP or 8 HP.
He had a huge round.
And he's been quiet all series long, by the way. He's been struggling. I mean, in the intermission between maps, we had the pleasure of seeing the chat. Busio had some not so kind words to say to him as well.
This is not a kind start for G2. Or from G2, excuse me. The fault line that... What? But it doesn't connect. Valen does, though. Now Bang playing up close and personal in the smoke. In their faces. Now taking a step back. Cryo's taking so much space mid. And Bustio's doing a bit of the same A. They're so aggressive. They're so active on this defensive side. Oh, Bustio's about to be overwhelmed. They bit off a bit too much. More than he could chew, but now Cryo looking to strike where he could not. Thinks it through. Takes a step back. This 2v4 here is winnable.
Icy's so deep in spawn here.
Cryo's the one who has to stay alive. He's the one with ult. If they want a shot at this, the thrash will be important.
Stop.
Spike planted.
Oh, Bang only finding
standing.
one. Now Cryo on the hunt. Spike is planted. He's gonna have to deal with not just that, but the 3 members that wait. A shot onto the first. And the bullets drew a picture around him.
A nice change of pace from G2 there in that round. The insta-stun B main with satchels to punish anybody that was up close. Denying that space, denying that smoke to get value. It's a very good adaptation from Valen.
And again, this is space that they've been getting for free at the beginning of every round. That smoke that you mentioned, they just disrespected, decide to play ahead of it. And it nets them a success, it nets them around.
That being said, 100 Thieves do have 4 ults available. Coming up on a 5th. Another early B main take here for G2.
Yeah, just not willing to give that space up for free anymore. Deciding they have to fight for something. They can't just continue to get pushed in on either side.
It's been a good comeback into the half from G2. I mean, for a second there, I thought this was going to be another landslide. But they're right back into it. And this time with a B fake.
They're really selling this fake. Oh no, early.
Down A.
Cryo can do so much here.
I have to cancel now.
Yeah, they invested so much into that. But the kills being traded on the other side of the map slows things down.
This is where G2 crumble. This is where they fall apart. When everything goes dead quiet, when they get thwarted off of the game plan that they wanted to do. When it gets scrappy.
And they're starved for information. How do they respond? It seems like 100 Thieves are the ones who are a little panicky here. An early paranoia, guns. Oh my gosh! Disaster once more. And who else but Bang?
It's these moments where it's just dead quiet across the board. That 100 Thieves just get fueled. And they make plays like this. He TPs back into the door smoke. And does this.
4 bullets, found 3 kills.
That's freaky. His hands are on fire. He had to shake off all that.
Unreal. And they continue to try to fight for this B main space. Rocket invested and 2 kills found. And here's where things slow down once more. Bang, it's a Vandal. They'll trade you on that.
It's like a playground for him right now. TPing around everywhere.
Only one spotted, but they gotta understand here's where the pressure lies. And with 3 members here, this is where 100 Thieves thrive, but it's a 1-for-1. Leaf and Valen with much to do about it. When you're outnumbered, this doesn't really add up your way. Valen, 51 HP, and Bustio gets the clutch. The 1v1 goes the way of 100 Thieves.
This has got to be so frustrating for G2, especially Valen. You lose a crazy round with Bang getting 3 Deagle headshots in a smoke. And then right after that, you get collat rocketed by Asuna.
Then even through all of that, they get down to a 1v1, and that doesn't go their way either.
Against the counter IGL. And you already know my man's Boostio is probably standing up, pointing at him.
Smoke ahead of it, but the paranoia this time is good. Asuna still not able to get ahead of it.
Good punish.
They just want to fight for this space. Bang, again, a play looking to be made. And a kill found, but at what cost?
But here we go again. When everything freezes up, noise is cut. 100 Thieves in these scenarios just become superheroes.
G2 can't afford to lose a situation like this again.
They're just so scared to throw away another round. No one's even moved at all. It might just work out for them in their favor.
They're both here. If G2 go forward, the potential for disaster. That was a risky ult. Both hatch traded.
It's a battle in mid.
Both positions given away. Cryo has to take a step back. They're gonna swing into this. They're gonna swing into it, but it falls down to 1v1 again.
Spike down mid.
Icy with 20 HP. The rookie who's gonna have to be the one to save the round. Desperate for any sort of momentum, desperate for any sign of success. But against Boostio, a world champion. 13 seconds left. Icy still a bit away from the play. Now satcheling forward, and we'll get the spike down. That's only half the job, though.
Spike planted.
The hard part is yet to come. Boostio creeping forward.
No way.
It's another advantage going the way of 100 Thieves.
He insta him. And another round. Where when silence is cut, when nobody makes noise, 100 Thieves come out on top.
They're usually distracted once I reveal them. Make sure you take advantage.
Valorant players everywhere, their hearts are aching for what's going on with G2 right now in these moments. They have the advantage, but they cannot close it out. This is a great moment for a timeout from the side of G2.
We've played 8 rounds, and it feels like G2 have thrown away 3 of them.
Yeah.
The Thrifty round 2, the second Thrifty with Bang's 1v3, and now that. Maybe not as big of an advantage, but an advantage nonetheless.
It's just a tough ask right now for G2 to dig deep and make the right decision in those moments. When they're up numbers, when noise is cut. You can see it.
Quicksand. That's gotta be what
Where did it all go wrong?
That's gotta be what that feels like, quicksand.
Yeah.
When things are going right, when you're getting advantages, and then you're almost waiting for the shoe to drop. And all of a sudden, the situation out of your control, out of reach. They need a win here. They need to win desperately.
They have good ults to do so. This is the moment that they can start a potential snowball. EU does have the Hunter's Fury though, and it looks like he's gonna throw a lineup dart that lands outside of B. Fast A default on the side of G2, switching things up. No need for EU to jump the gun on that Hunter's Fury after that A util. So he will have it for the actual commit here.
G2 have found a timing. They've found some space mid. 100 Thieves
perfect.
normally have someone watching it, but they found the window, and they're gonna punish.
Valen. The man who looked defeated. He's rising from the dead.
A 2v5.
Spike planted.
And this one feels out of reach. This one feels impossible. And they've got to deal with the ults. They've got to deal with the numbers disadvantage. They've got to deal with the fact that the spike is down. And honestly, for as chaotic as things have been, but as much as they've gone the way the 100 Thieves, they've won 3 rounds in a row, but they've got to save these weapons.
Nice round, nice timing in mid, just like you said.
It was massive. And again, they've had somebody watching mid every round. But there was just a, 2-second window that they were able to strike into, and they hit it. They hit it perfectly.
It's all because of that A pressure, too. It was so convincing to 100 Thieves that was going to be a full A hit. And it makes sense, right? You've stolen how many rounds away from G2? It makes sense to think maybe they're just frustrated and 5-manning it. But the poise from Valen, I know we got to see that shot of him with his hands in his head. I think he brought it back with that round. Still a really big uphill battle that they have to go through. And they're going to be tested.
Big plays from the leader. What else do they have here? Valen has his. You mentioned the Hunter Shuri from EU in the previous round. Still in play.
Same B main type of play here. There it is. No connections this time, but that will be info and B main space gathered.
Oh, he did tag one. So a little bit of damage done. Bang with much to do here. He's not understanding that Leaf had already made the cross. Asuna taking a step back, trying to run away, and will. Live to fight another day, but how is Leaf behind enemy lines?
These are some vicious timings.
They've got to know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they understand. They're paranoid, and they somehow managed to cross right by each other and stay alive.
That was insane, Doug.
The thrash from a distance. And they're going to spot one. Leaf not getting tagged, though. Now pushing forward a little bit more. As the spam goes through, the bullets connect. Leaf falls. Asuna on the prowl as he gets another. The nade will be good. And Cryo will too. Jonah P falls as Asuna gets 3.
Leaf was on an island that entire round. Where was the help? Where are the players coming out of B main? I know they got delayed by certain utility and they didn't have smokes, but at some point you have to fight together and help your teammate out. 100 Thieves are just more proactive in these moments when noise is cut. That's what's giving them the edge. It feels like G2 are trying to play not to lose, and 100 Thieves are here to win.
Even the moment at the end there where they were fighting on site was really set up by the fact that Asuna stayed alive. Him being able to wrap around Leaf, never get spotted, never get tagged, allowed him to activate later. They found some space, but it was not enough. 100 Thieves back up to 2 on the lead, and Icy falling right off the bat.
It's crumbling right now.
Again, a little bit more aggressive space taken from Valen. He was in spawn, but EU was wise to it. That felt forced. So now indecision arises once more. You didn't find any success aggressively A at the beginning with Icy. You didn't with Valen TPing back into spawn. Where do you go from here?
I don't know. And it almost feels like G2 are just checked out right now. No one was there to help Icy on that default A. Nobody, no set of utility lane at all.
EU's gonna get all 3, isn't he? Spot. Oh! Doesn't even get 1.
What an answer from Trent, but are they gonna clear Asuna here?
Asuna's weak. It's Asuna who gets all 3. 4 on the round for him off of the dizzy. And 100 Thieves get to 7.
Last round in the half.
That was such a sick timing from Cryo to set up Asuna. And that puts him on another rocket going into the last round of the half.
Can I get a drop? Thanks.
100 Thieves ever closer to putting this thing away in a sweep. G2 have looked good. They've looked incredible. But it seems like they're falling short in the 11th hour.
And again, what's at stake? First seed, you get to pick a team that you want to play in Shanghai.
Hang on here, we can't think about that right now. The paranoia is so good! And the rocket! It's so decisive, it's so destructive! Just when it feels like they may have had something, 100 Thieves strike, and the timing could not have been better. An 8-4 half. What a disaster.
Switching sides.
What a performance from 100 Thieves, though, today.
6 of the last 7 rounds going the way of 100 Thieves, and this strike was perfect. I mean, it was unbelievable. The paranoia was set up, the satchel forward from Asuna with his ult. There was nowhere for them to go. No corner was safe. No space allotted to them. We're going to throw it down to the analysts who are actually standing by behind me once more to break down that first half.
Thank you very much, Doug. We are, in fact, down here in the right arena. Can I get an energy check from people right now? Much improved. 100 Thieves looking absolutely dominant here, though. I mean, they get the map they wanted. G2, we knew they'd be kind of winging it, Christy.
100 Thieves are playing so opportunistic right now. Like Asuna, that little 1-2 piece of the Dizzy coming over, re-swinging into lines. I feel like it's not even macro strategy they're dominating with. It's those moments that they're always looking for and always punishing G2 on.
But that's what's defined their stage, right? 100 Thieves stepping up in these individual moments. They were a team that it felt like was lacking confidence so much last year. Busio joined, and it is just re-instilled this team. Asuna, Bang, these players who have been with this squad for so long are hitting their peak at the perfect time, and they're on the precipice of winning this series.
100 Thieves, they picked up the brain trust from EG with Zix and Bustio coming in. It's looked so good now. And now Bustio has a chance to lift his first ever domestic title, just a few rounds away from doing that.
It's funny, Bustio said, I won a world championship, but that first win with 100 Thieves, proving everyone wrong, felt as good, if not better than that. So this means a lot to him.
He keeps saying how different it feels to win with this team, and for that other new addition, EU, against the guys who faced him on the stage in Ascension, who he lost to there. Now in a Tier 1 final, he has a chance to beat them.
Well, we still have another half of Sunset yet to play. 100 Thieves, we know, comfortable on this map. G2 have got to put some stuff together. Can this G2 squad hang on? Any G2 fans in the building? Can they make it back?
They're there.
All right, you've heard it here from the floor, everybody. Let's head back to our casters for the second half of Sunset.
Thanks so much, Mitch. I think a desperate need for anything, any sort of success for G2, because 100 Thieves ran away with it the first map, ran away with it the second map, and now on Sunset, a bit of the same. The timeline tells the story. 100 Thieves now on the attacking side, and Dre, it seems like it's a lean towards B, and there's not a ton of presence here from the defense.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to figure out where this breach is, much like they approached the last series they played against Leviathan, which went the distance.
Oh, that's a lot of info there from Leaf.
There's that breach done. This opens up a window of opportunity for 100 Thieves to actually commit to this B hit. That being said, there's so many players of G2 primed and ready to flood out. How coordinated will this retake be?
The pivotal pistol desperately needed to go on the way of G2, and Asuna continues to farm, incapable of doing wrong. Valen again, the captain left alone, unable to find any footing. Another round the way of 100 Thieves, another pistol, another step closer to a sweep.
Asuna getting so much value, even when he's flashed. We saw it from the start of the series on Bind. Everyone from 100 Thieves right now, their intuition is on point. Look at that. I mean, yeah, it's RNG, but he did it at the perfect timing. And he also has players like Bustio fighting with him from the right side of sight.
No real purchase on the side of the defense. Valen already tagged up. The round had just started. Nothing but a sliver of health now, as Asuna tries to get a little stylish with it.
Full steam ahead is 100 Thieves, running it down B once more.
Barring some miracle, it really feels like G2 are on their last leg here.
No timing is going the way of G2 right now.
I mean, not a single one.
All signs lead for 100 Thieves taking this. And already, the Thrash is online.
The half just started.
He doesn't even need these kills.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, it was sloppy. They dropped a couple of weapons, but
right here.
You're right. Cryo having his ult online already kind of makes up for the weapons they may have lost.
It's insane. Normally you get it in the middle of this round, right? You grab an orb and now you have the Thrash. For him to have Thrash going in to the anti-eco is absurd.
And much like the way things have looked for 100 Thieves compared to G2, Cryo a step ahead of schedule. You're right, he should be getting it in this round, maybe in the next, but has it online going into this is insane. And so G2 call a timeout, potentially their last of the day. They have guns, they have armor. Maybe they'll find a way to put something together here, but 100 Thieves just look unstoppable right now.
They're playing at a different level.
Yep.
All stage long, they've slowly graduated to this killer of a team.
And they're reaching the apex of that in the grand finals. Just outclassing G2 every step of the way.
Momentum has been such a factor in this meta, especially when it comes down to these pistol rounds, winning the anti-eco convincingly, and then having ults online for the actual gun round of your opposing team. This gives you such a good chance to snowball.
It just feels like the snowball started at halftime of the first map and it hasn't stopped.
Yeah. That's so impressive to do. That's not an easy feat.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
And we often talk about best of 5 being marathons. And for good reason, right? Things can change, things get messy. We go 4 maps, 5 maps, but 100 Thieves are trying to make a sprint out of this. And so far they have. 100-yard dash.
It's a fake. Oh my gosh.
Another world-class call from Boostio.
Boostio's in the flow state of calling and getting kills right now.
Hey, the guy can do it all. He's about to get pressed again. Is this the icing on the cake? Oh, immediately overwhelmed. In the face of the flash. Cannot convert. EU dancing around the cage, deciding to go mobile with it. Getting a little bit of a tag and dancing around. Trent's on the defuse. EU's gonna have to go forward. He's gonna have to go forward now.
No way!
Only got it to half. Valen, again, outnumbered, outgunned. What a way to close the round.
That defuse was so close both times, but the narrative of this game, this series, it's just 100 Thieves' day. So many things working in their favor.
I mean, that fake tells the whole story of the series, doesn't it? I mean,
Boostio's in the head of Valen rent-free.
He looked lost. G2 looked lost. They bit so hard. What a call.
And again, this has been such an impressive stage for 100 Thieves.
They're drawing out utility at just the right time. They're calling circles around G2. They're winning every single gunfight. The chaotic moments are going their way.
This will be a retake from the likes of G2. How well coordinated can they be in this moment? And as I say that, Boostio decimates Leaf.
They have a couple of rifles here to fight back with, and they're deciding to take a split approach. 2 through attacker spawn, 2 through defender spawn. Intending to divide the attention of 100 Thieves, but they have so many numbers on this, they're happy to do it. And once again, every single kill goes their way, but Icy strikes at just the right time to keep it competitive, to avoid another blowout. Can they convert? Numbers the way of 100 Thieves as Trent dances around. It's gotten to 2s, but it's not enough. And of course, it's Boostio. Who else?
He's so good.
You did good. Match point.
Match point, series point, stage point. The writing's on the walls.
1 enemy remaining. My ultimate is ready.
100 Thieves showed up a different beast today.
They came making a statement, and that statement is that they're the best team in North America, and it's not even close.
Not today, it wasn't.
Best team in the world!
100 Thieves looking to deal the final death blow. The rocket doesn't connect. Paranoia traded though, and you see G2 filling into the site. The Thrash is very close. It's only gonna tag what? Oh my gosh, what a shot from Valen, but I don't think he knows. Bang, got tagged. Cryo takes his head off, he's still alive. Is this how they snatch it back?
There's no way.
A round that shouldn't have gone. The way of G2 currently hangs in the balance. Or should have gone the way of 100 Thieves, excuse me. The spike out of reach now. Leaf re-clearing mid. They're gonna try to get the orb for Bang. Oh no, that was messy. The plan was clear though. Bang was gonna try to get the orb, get his ult, and then be able to do the TP to grab the spike and then be...
Might commit here.
Oh. No way. Oh, but Icy's ahead of it. He's gotta know the timing won't be in his favor. Oh, he gets the kill. And he gets the defuse, and we're gonna play at least one more round.
Just barely.
That looked messy.
So generous.
Got a little scary there. Amongst all the scrap at the end in this altercation.
It was ugly. It was ugly.
Smiles across the board from G2. That's a good sign, though.
You've got to give it to him. They're continuing to shoot back. Valen continues to frag. Icy still impressive, but...
I mean, their road to this final was no joke either.
It was treacherous.
Both these teams had such a turnaround. That's why they're here in this moment. They both deserve it just as equally.
Aggression. Out from G2, aggression out from Jonah P. Asuna tries to play his timings right, tries to find some space. A big advantage the way of the defense. Ult's invested, and they're wrapping around them now.
No shot!
Again.
His playground!
A 5v3 to close the series.
Oh, we got a headshot!
10 HP left for Jonah P. Bustio and Cryo in a 2v3. The spike should go down. It's now twos. Again, a reminder, this was a 5v3. Out of the early aggression, it seemed like G2 were going to be able to play another round to live one more life. Cryo falls. Bustio does two. Clean shots out from Leaf.
And you said a team that has nothing to lose can be very, very scary to play against. And right now we're seeing all members of G2 loosen up way more. And they're way more confident in taking these aggressive fights. The only problem is it might be a little too late.
I know exactly. One enemy remaining.
It's hard to argue otherwise. The greatest comebacks have started with one round though.
Leaf turning up.
That goes there.
Another 3-2 default from the side of 100 Thieves.
Do you see this setup here?
Yeah.
Leaf has put a cage outside of where he is, so he can hide himself.
Yeah, it's all to hide from the dart.
I mean, this might not end up being a factor.
Yeah, he probably won't use it at this moment, but he gets punished.
But he's able to conceal it, so we'll see if that has another appearance later on in the half, assuming we go that far, and it seems like that will be the case. G2 up big, Cryo falls. EU not along for this world either.
It wasn't pretty, but
they don't have to be.
They close it out. Exactly.
Momentum starting to swing the other way.
Oh, what a shot from Trent. That second kill.
Enemy spike down B.
And just as we start talking about momentum starting to swing, you can tell Zix is wise to it as well. Decides to call a timeout. Just one round away from closing this thing out. From being crowned the mid-season champions.
They're in such a unique spot right now with 5 rounds to work with. They could honestly just stack up a bunch of ults and just blow the entire load on one round if they need be.
You walked into that one.
I knew what I was doing.
They do have such a long runway though, man.
They're feeling the pressure though. Otherwise, you would not have seen this timeout come.
Well, this is where, you know, you don't want to let this thing get away from you.
Yeah, get reverse swept. That would be the true heartbreaker. I mean, it's one thing to lose 3-0 in a BO5. It's another thing to lose 3-2 after you are up like this.
We're a far way away from that, though. But I think the objective for G2 is just a round at a time. That's how they've gotten to this point. That's how they've started this little mini comeback, and you know, we'll see what comes of it. But
yeah, and you got to keep taking the risks. Yep. It's winning you the rounds. If you get punished, oh well. You have tournament life on the line. Another aggressive play
from being, those were the risks that you were looking for. Those are the risks that you were calling to see.
We get to see the setup now.
No, Leaf is playing in a different spot, but he's still going to find success. Still getting the kill onto Asuna. Oh, playing his life perfectly. G2 holding the line here. Everyone crumbling. G2 will get their 8th.
Signs of life. A spark happened within this half for G2. And we're shooting back.
Gave on my wire.
It was pretty.
Trent has been stepping it up huge these last few rounds.
Yeah.
He's been pretty quiet all series long.
4 rounds in a row for the defense to get us to this point. It still demands perfect Valorant, though.
More aggression.
A paranoia, a fault line, satchels out. 100 Thieves.
He walks through this smoke.
100 Thieves with stingers and a sheriff and icy falls. Seldom see these end in situations like this, but Leaf positioning around, trying to stay alive, but he's overwhelmed. Somehow, they find themselves 2 kills away in this light buy situation. As soon as the smoke goes down, the nade goes out. Austin is playing his life perfectly, but spotted. The paranoia is great. The kills come through. Valen's left alone. He's got to play hero, and he cannot. From first strike to their first title of the partnership era, 100 Thieves are your mid-season champions.
What a run from 100 Thieves. And the teams that they took out to get here as well, it was crazy. And yeah, it was a very convincing 3-0. But you gotta put your hats off for G2 as well. They went through a war yesterday.
And it was anything but today. I mean, 100 Thieves just look so dominant. They look so decisive. Again, the macro was perfect. Boosty called circles around G2. The chaos went their way. Those chaotic moments that are coin tosses often 50-50s. All of them went the way of 100 Thieves today. Bang, still a freak.
That smoke play, you literally read my mind. That smoke play was obnoxious. And that wasn't the only one he had.
No, he had multiple ones of those today.
He was TPing around like a maniac.
100 Thieves will board flights towards Shanghai as the #1 seed in Americas.